Hello everyone and welcome to today's mission. My name is Simon Little, or Etchasketch on the server, and I'll be conduiting today's mission, which will be the second installment of the Hollowgate saga, The People of the Tower. I'm really excited for today's game and I'm happy you're here to share with me. So everyone joining here today were asked to make a number of choices prior to joining. I'd like them, as part of their introductions, tell us what their experiences were within the calibration chamber and their personal watcher missions. They can each choose whether or not to disclose, what sort of boons they were potentially given. So with that in mind, joining us on the main stage, I'm going to ask you, please introduce yourself, your character, and reveal however much you want to as to what your character did in the lead up to this mission. And we will start with the first person I see, which is Meekable.
Oh, it's me. Hello. Hi. I'm Meekable. I go by Meeks on the server. And today I will be playing my Lithomancer Kahanan. She comes from a desert planet where the lay of the land is rough, and the only thing that people there care about is survival. And she takes that mindset with her whenever she goes on Enclave missions. So, in the calibration chamber, when she was given the choice of a weapon, she decided to have a box, like a wooden box that she can wear like a satchel, and have it be full of sand. Given that she is a lithomancer, not only is earth her natural element, but in particular her specialty is the manipulation of sand, and through that. And using those abilities, the way she handled the goblin was to have it come into spread some sand around, have the goblin come charge towards her, and when it was standing on the sand, she with her Geomorph would lock the sand in place, turning it really compact and hard, making him stuck in place just long enough for her to wail on him until it died. Following that, the challenge that she had taken was overseen by three potential sponsors. One of which she accepted, and the other two she declined. The challenge that she was given is to navigate through a maze. However, the only way to really know for sure the direction to go was to snuff out candles that are in the intersections of the maze to determine what the correct direction is. However, in snuffing those candles, that also correlates to the death of someone in the manifold. It could be a stranger, it could be someone that she knows. She has no control over that. And she was really stubborn for most of that challenge, insisting to do it on her own with the use of just her abilities, thinking that she doesn't need to play into the game of snuffing out any candles, potentially killing people. She says outwardly that it's because she doesn't need people to unnecessarily suffer, but her true reason for avoiding using the candles is that she had met a prince in her very first mission that she may or may not have a crush on and may or may not want to disappoint, or accidentally kill him. That's also a thing. Now, throughout the trial, she was able to kind of like very brute force make her way through most of the maze, but that took a lot out of her, both in terms of stamina, in terms of patience, and in terms of magic. And towards the end, when her frustration was building up, she had gotten sloppy in her form and accidentally snuffed out one of those candles, which revealed the path to the finish. She got over the initial shock, put on a stoic face, and finished the trial, just suppressing the guilt that she feels from having from having that be the case of how she ended the trial. And finally, the sponsorship, she was faced with 3 options, but the one that she decided to go with is the one by the name The Thorned Bloom, who promises her. Pardon. Ooh. Sorry, Etch. There we go. That promises her the promise of strength by persevering through pain, and seeing that as a means to help her survive in her home world, she accepted. So that's Kahanan.
Cool. Thank you. Let's go over to Rich.
Greetings, Rich DiTullio, player of role-playing games for over 40 years now, and now attendant on the Enclave server. I have brought today Professor Chronotis, my oddball. Professor Chronotis is a very elderly time traveler who has been spending his retirement at a small English college for the last 200 years. Everyone is so discreet, no one wants to bring it up. Anyway, so he is gray-haired, gray beard. He's got a pair of half-moon spectacles, and the proper amount of tweed for a professor, brown tie. He's now got his black academic robe, like a cloak over his back, but it also looks like it's been in a closet for like 50 years. He didn't bother to brush the cobwebs off it. It's just kind of hanging there. Insofar as our introduction into the world of the tower, he was given that whole inventory. Take whatever weapon you want. I'm like, I'm a professor. I don't do weapons. Half of this stuff is magic. I don't really believe in that. Kept scrolling through it. It's like, alchemy jug. That's just what they called chemistry when they didn't know better. I can do chemistry. So I got this alchemy jug. The goblin appeared. I attempted to go into it for a sleeping draft and came out with a glob of mayo, which I threw on the ground, and the goblin slipped, fell, and accidentally stabbed itself. The system counted that as a win. So I am now on the first rung of the alchemy ladder. And then my challenge was to find meaning in a mural / etching that like kept changing its form every time I looked at it. And I'm like, okay, I know the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. I'm just going to stare at it a lot and make it change a lot. And eventually what I discovered is that while it changed, the changes weren't random. The message was in the pattern of the change. And so I eventually solved the riddle. And for that, I forget exactly who reached out to me because I didn't know there'd be a quiz. But the one I eventually picked was the Veiled Archivist, who apparently liked my idea to see things that weren't there and has gifted me with the power to keep doing that. So
Cool. Thank you. Let's move to Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil. On Discord, I guess I go by Fishphil. The character that I'm going to be playing is Alex today, who is a gunslinger. Sorry, my notes are very spread out through chat. Oh, wait, where'd it go? All right, so Alex was presented with the challenge of dealing with a nail bomb type of trap. The way he decided to pursue it was go straight up to the bomb and just pluck out the fuse, since it was a rudimentary type of bomb, and that ended it. When presented with a weapon choice, he scrolled for far too long and selected a very interesting weapon. Some might know it as a bolter. It is a semi-auto RPG that shoots smaller, essentially rocket-propelled grenades. And for his patron, he was torn between two: the Silent Forge and the Pale Beast. And he went with the Forge. The Watcher, let's see, this Silent Forge is the Watcher of craft, discipline, potential, and self-made power. And you kind of like that over the sound of the Pale Beast, the Watcher of instinct, hunger, territory, and the raw will to survive. Because that sounded just a little bit desperate.
What?
Oh, and he comes in covered in gore as usual. Some of the zombies found a vent to smush themselves into, and he was patching that up.
Okay.
That's what I got.
And finally, let's go to Ari.
Yes, I will be playing Wraith of Engrath. He got reincarnated and it messed up. So originally he didn't know who he was. And now he's trying to figure out, who am I? So, yeah. And he is very, very, very old. He doesn't know how old he is. He could be hundreds. He could be thousands. So, yeah, currently he looks like he's like in his 30s. But yeah, that's his whole shtick. And put it this way, if he doesn't know how to fix it, it doesn't exist. You know? So, yeah, he's very old. And his time in the tower, basically he went there and went, ooh, this will be fun. And for his weapon, he stupidly, because at the time, he didn't know how it was going to really work. Like, even though he knows about RPGs and all the little tropes, he didn't know about this world's tropes. So he picked an electrical sword. And that was really bad. It made him a warrior. He is not a warrior. So basically, he decided to, he is not a warrior. And it messed up his whole thing. So basically, he decided to go back through the portion where you get a weapon, because he got a device called a mask, which basically made him look like one of his past lives. So he decided instead, now he has this shadow staff, which this hasn't been written yet, but eventually I'll write some lore into the shadow staff. Basically, this shadow staff is one of the initiation things you get upon completing necromantic training, because basically who Wraith is playing, because the mask basically makes him look like that past life, and that past life was a necromancer. As for my challenge, I honestly don't remember my first challenge. I know I had one, but I don't remember what it is, what I did. I know I succeeded, and I got that mask, and my sponsor is the Veil Archivist, but I honestly don't know what the sponsor gave me, because I don't remember if you ever wrote that.
Okay. Okay, let's move on then. So I'll just give a brief overview of the Hologate series, what happened before, and then we'll move to Enclave HQ. So shimmering rifts, designated as gates, appeared over the main cities of Manifold. These were quickly followed by monolithic towers, perfectly smooth, perfectly still, and perfectly wrong. The Enclave were quickly called to assist in securing a foothold within these gates and uncover whatever intelligence that they could before the situation escalated beyond control. On entering in the gate, a previous party, which Wraith was part of, took on many challenges and succeeded in ascending to reach a safe zone village inhabited by beastkin. Here, the village elder revealed that time had gone awry and that a dungeon break would occur within 7 days, unless the tower was conquered. As time was of the essence, the party were given a pocket dimension containing a copy of the calibration chamber and the first level biome, so they could register fellow Enclave agents to also take on the tower, which is what 3 of you have done. They were also individually made offers of offers of sponsorship from the mysterious Watchers. So, now let's move to Enclave HQ for the pre-mission briefing and to answer any questions that you might have. So, your mission: to continue conquering the tower and prevent a dungeon break from happening, and respond to a request from the village elder to find out what happened to a squad of villagers who have gone missing. Your primary objectives: continue ascending the tower, locate the missing villagers or their remains, recover any logs, gear, or artifacts left behind, and identify the source of recent monster activity.
Yeah.
Secondary objectives: document ancient murals depicting the tower's forgotten history. And the final objective: try to return alive with your findings. Any questions?
Not really. I mean, the document you sent me kind of, really gave me all the information I need to know. I don't know if any of the questions I'd ask are relevant, because they'd probably be the same questions that I'd asked last time, and so I honestly can't think of any questions that are new questions.
Anyone else?
So mission success is primarily on finding what happened to the villagers and the source of the monsters, right?
Yeah, I think so. And continue climbing the tower.
Right, but I feel like we have to meet those two objectives by climbing the tower anyway.
Yeah.
Will any logs, gear, or artifacts that we pick up be brought back with us from the to the Enclave upon ping out?
Potentially.
Fair enough.
But if they can't be brought out, you have got like a safe point in the village, so you could leave things there for Enclave agents to investigate a bit more if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
No questions from me.
No?
Nothing for me.
No? Any from Mary's cat?
No. Yeah, sorry about that. He
It's
will
okay.
be meowing throughout the whole time.
The cat would like to know if there's tuna in the dungeon? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
No tuna.
Alex might have one in his pack in his world. Cans of tinned food. Cats can have spam, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll eat spam.
Of course.
Okay, so let's move to assembly. An attendant escorts you through Enclave's sleek grey corridors, where you pass other unusual entities accompanied by their own guide, some of them human, some of them not human. And following a brief walk, you're brought to an assembly hall designed for teleportation. Within the room, you can see news monitors conveying image of this huge gate looming overhead. And you can see that armed forces have barricaded the entrance, and big concrete walls have been built up to contain anything coming out. And the first to enter the room is Professor Chronotis. You enter into a tidy, utilitarian, and well-maintained room with telepads within the center. Please tell us who your character is and what they're doing as they arrive into the room.
Okay. So, Professor Chronotis, once again, In appearance, elderly man, tweed jacket, whitey and gray hair and beard, half-moon spectacles, a black academic cloak thrown over his back. And he has been keeping up a one-sided conversation with his attendant through the hallways. And as he comes into his door, he just finishes off, and that's why France will just never get it done. And comes into the room. Is there the usual amenities table or
Yes.
a vending machine? What do they got in this one? Okay.
They've got what you can imagine.
He will go. He goes over and pours himself a cup of tea, twist of lemon, 2 sugars, splash of milk, a Garibaldi biscuit, and goes over to the table to await whoever enters next.
Okay. And the next person to enter is Wraith.
Ah, yes. Wraith enters. He is wearing a long green robe. He has a chemistry set. He what's a portable chemistry set? You know, but like half are missing. So instead of having like 30 files, he's got like 15. So yay. He's got, a bunch of stuff. He looks like he basically has a short beard. He's got glasses. He's 5'10", so he goes into the room, looks around and goes, "Ah, hello there. My name is Wraith Venegroth, at your service. What is your specialty? I am a librarian, but I actually am more, I guess you could call me a well-rounded librarian. I can do all sorts of things, and I know all sorts of things. I've been reincarnated so many times, they kind of blur together."
And Chronotis really just sort of brightens up. Really? You too? Only been through it a dozen times or so myself, but quite frankly, I've gotten used to this old face. I don't think I'm going to do it again. Professor Chronotis, horologist, chronometricist, physicist, and all-around knower of things, though I would not claim to being a librarian. I'm just a boring old professor.
Boring? Don't. Please, most people of our ilk are not boring. Most people just don't understand. When you've lived for thousands of years,
My students would say
all
both are true.
No. Actually, did you know that the best hangover cure is actually a mixture of hot chocolate and some herbs and spices? I could show you if you want.
Next time I'm hungover, I will seek you out.
Ah, very good. And once he thinks about food and hunger, he goes, "Where is that concession table?" And he gets himself a thing of limeade, and he gets some mango white chocolate cookies.
Okay. And while you're doing that, the next person to enter is Alex.
All right. Alex kind of bursts into the room. He has guns in hand just because the barrels are smoking hot still, and he doesn't want to put in his holsters and kind of char them a little bit. He's about 6 foot, medium. Oh, I would say medium length hair, but it's clearly self-cut, without a mirror, just kind of going by feel. So it's patchy in places, longer in places. He is your sort of run-of-the-mill zombie apocalypse survivor, and he's complete with a Western shirt, grubby to the point where you don't know what the original color is, under a ragged poncho. The right side's a bit torn up because he's clearly drawn and fired through it in a panic. Many panics. But you can see there's a holster on either side of him and on his back, and he goes, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Wraith looks up and goes, "Ah!" He looks over and gives a one step. "Ah, you must be a gunslinger. Oh, fun to have around. I am Wraith Venegroth, librarian extraordinaire, at your service." He shakes his
Pleased
head.
to meet you. And your hand comes away bloody and covered in a little bit of gore.
Wraith doesn't mind. She has seen shit that you wouldn't believe.
Fair enough.
In contrast, Professor Chronotis sips his tea and waves at you from not leaving his seat. Professor Chronotis, decidedly not of the gunslinging variety, though I'm sure you have your uses.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And Alex strolls up to the vending machine, pushes more buttons than you would expect, and a burger, fries, and a milkshake pop out. And I begin enjoying that.
Nice.
Okay. And as you're tucking into your burger, fries, and milkshake, final person to enter the room is Kahanan. How do you say Kahanan?
Yep, Kahanan. Yep.
Kahanan.
And this lanky girl in her late teens kind of skulks into the room. Her apparel is a long tunic that basically covers most of her body, even covering her. The sleeves are so long that it's covering her arms. She's also wearing a headscarf called a kafie that is wrapped such that it covers most of her head. The only thing you can see are just her eyes, which are just kind of looking at everything and everyone with a wide gaze of both alertness and curiosity. Upon realizing that that before her are the other people that she will be accompanying in this mission, she goes over to them and keeps her head low as she says, I believe we're all going to traverse together, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Chronotis
You may
doffs the
call
hat that he isn't wearing to her.
There's a slight bow before she says, you may call me Kahanan.
You got it, Kahanan.
As you wish, miss. Very pretty.
She's covering most of her body. I love how you're calling her pretty, even though she's
The name is.
covered head to toe.
Yeah. Well, I meant the name. That's what Wraith was meaning. But
she begins to look over towards the amenities, and she's kind of overwhelmed by all of the sweets and the foods and all of these things, that she ends up going over to a basin where there's water and takes a empty water bottle and just fills it up. Just water.
Okay. And as you do that, a silent attendant who'd been stood at the back of the room steps forwards and says, Agents, when you're ready, please take your places on the telepads. So any final actions before teleportation?
Wraith, after finishing his little snack, he wants to ask Rich's character a question. So, what is your theory about time travel and the like? I always kind of wonder what every learned person's spin is on that.
Chronotis just blinks at him. Oh, where I come from, it's no theory. Though I do not know if the specifics of my world are universally applied across Manifold. That's one of the things I joined the Enclave to investigate, you see.
Perhaps later we will talk shop. I also have a theory of time travel. It may be similar to yours. It is also possible that all theories of time travel are correct. It just depends where in the universe you're going. You are using.
I have a theory of time travel too, and Alex pulls out a small flask and goes, "There you go. I'll get you some hours."
Ray laughs. Yes, that is.
See?
That
This
is
is not a
certainly
theory.
That
He
will
goes to
skip you to the
pad.
future, yes.
I can't go
Kahana's
to
just
the past.
confused.
Well, depends, I guess, how much you have, and you might be able to go to the past. He slips the flask back in, reholsters, takes off his glove, and begins eating and walking to the telepad.
Come on, in.
Otis finishes his tea.
Yeah, get in the
Walk.
telepad.
The attendant comes back and grabs the cat that's randomly appeared in the assembly room. It was like, oh, excuse me a sec.
Wait, that's our fifth member. That's our fifth member. Bring him back.
Clots outside the door.
I choose to believe that's Janine's librarian who walked into the wrong room.
I love it. Kahanan is just looking at this exchange and she's confused, like, why would water cause time travel? Maybe there's more to this that I need to explore.
It's a special water. It's fire water.
Fire water.
Mhm.
Interesting. And
Would
she
you like to
looks him
try
up and down. And, oh gosh. She'll take it and then, like, give a sniff. And then
Yes.
she'll just kind of, like, recoil a bit. And says,
time
is this how
travel's,
you were able to survive for so long?
Yeah, sometimes when the water's hard to find, this gets me through. No, hold on.
Perhaps one day I'll be just as resilient as you.
Wraith looks at her and goes, "Wow, you're really hardcore."
Of course,
Yeah,
I
little
with
at a time.
Earth. Goes over to the telepad. Yeah.
Is everyone now on the telepads? Or
Yeah, Wraith is.
oh, okay. Right. Well, as soon as you all step onto the telepads, you feel the unusual sensation of your body slowly disappearing, traveling up your body. A tingling starting at your feet, and then a feeling of static sort of building up through your legs, through your middle. As it hits your stomach, you feel like a churning sensation. And then as it goes up, you feel your heart stop beating, can't breathe anymore, and then reaches your eyes. Your vision splits into a kaleidoscope of colors. And for one moment, you feel as if you exist nowhere at all. And then just as suddenly, you slam back into focus and you find yourself whole, steady, and suddenly standing within a chamber with a diamond-shaped crystal floating in the middle, glowing in the center. And a screen pops up in front of each of you. Save point, level 1 village. Would you like to save your progress?
Wraith will. Wraith knows about the RPG tropes. Better to save now than do it before you die. And Wraith will say that out loud.
Save
Alex
before
will-
we die, I don't understand.
If Wraith walks over to her and he says, "Do you see that blue screen that's around you? If you simply click the button, it will save your progress. Don't worry, perfectly safe."
I don't... Oh, okay. I'll trust you.
Don't worry. We'll if anything bad happens, we will help you.
She doesn't respond to that.
Yeah, the firewire is working. It's sending her into the future.
You can see several crystals in the middle.
Always go for the middle one. Chronotis presses the same button.
Yeah, Chris.
No.
Alex is familiar with these and hit
Come here.
save.
Come on.
Ari, if you're going to talk to your cat, could you mute? Because you keep cutting off. You keep cutting through people's conversations.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Alex, what were you saying?
Yeah, Alex is familiar with the system enough. He sees a save button. He hits a save button.
Okay. And with that, the box disappears, and assuming you all leave the chamber.
If there's nothing else there, Alex will
Yeah.
take a look around and keep on moving.
So
What Wraith will do is if there's a repository of all the items he got, he wants to go back and get them.
Yeah. So if you kind of say inventory, you can see what items you've got. So you'll find they're there.
Good.
Okay. So on leaving the chamber, you find yourselves in a treetop village. So this is one of many buildings within the tree, and you see a load of different villagers walking around, a variety of different beastkin, and they look at you as you come from the chamber, and you hear kind of like, oh, they're here again. You hear like discussions, and a stagkin, very old, with a stick, comes walking through the treetops along the pathways between the trees, and it's like, oh, finally you're here. Please help us. We've lost some of our villagers. They went to get supplies from the next floor up. Usually it's fine. It's a treasure trove of edible flora and fauna, and only got low-level monsters. So it's a routine trip. Usually it takes no more than a day or two, and they're back. But they've been gone for at least 3 days. Please, can you see if you can go and find them?
Sure.
And as he says this, another user interface prompt comes up. Quest offered by village elder. Do you accept?
Boop.
Blink.
Well, and then he turns back. Wait, we're accepting, right?
Wraith goes, we don't have to accept. This is technically a side quest, although it may...
But that's what we were told by the Enclave.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
understand. Side quest.
Yes. Let me finish. Basically, I was going to say is that we probably should accept it, because usually it'll give us more lore about this place.
Too late. Already accepted.
Well, great.
Okay. So when you're ready, he points to a door in a tree to the far side of the village. If you head to that door, that's the entrance to the next level. So what are your characters doing?
Alex turns to Wraith.
Yes.
Did you have access to the new weapon? Or
Wraith,
presumably, I'm.
Wraith,
Are weapons with us or not?
yes, they are in an inventory thing in the settings. He goes over and he has his open, and I assume,
And I'm just staring at him, like going, "Oh yeah, this and this," and I'm going,
yeah. If you do, he kind of like floats it in the air, like where it would be on his, and I'm sure your character will go, "Oh yeah, there it is." And as soon as Wraith gets this black staff, it's like jet black. Like it looks like, you know, that paint that's like so black, it like looks unearthly, like that new black paint that's like really, really black. It's like that.
Yeah.
That's how black it is.
Mhm.
And he also has this mask, and he puts it on, and he looks like an entirely different person. And he says to his companions, "Just so you know, having this mask on makes me look like one of my past lives. It is possible my personality may change being in this form. FYI. I will not try to be malicious, but it seems whoever I was in this past life might have not have been the most savory character. I will not harm you, but just be warned. Strange things may happen."
So within the treetop village, there's an unusual thing that you can see. There's a catkin, so a cat human, and he's got like a sheet in front of him with loads of different wares for sale. He's got some little kittens next to him that keep meowing incessantly and just like shh, 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 shh.
Alex would like to go see what is for sale
Wraith
or
also
for
wants to see
barter.
what's for sale.
Do we have anything to barter with?
It depends what they want, I guess. We'll see. What does this catkin have for sale, and what would they like?
So you go towards the, I don't know, sheet, and you see a variety of stuff on the sheet that to you looks like junk. It's kind of various things, like there's a coffee cup holder, there's a part of a car,
50
all kind
tons
of,
of catnip.
yeah, there's catnip on there. Hello, can I
No,
interest you in my wares?
Wraith goes by and goes, "Yes, what do you have?" He looks around and goes, "Is that a..." He looks at it, picks it up. "Is that a fountain pen?" He twirls it in his fingers.
Yes, a pen. A pen
"Ah,
that's, well, it doesn't write, but you can pretend.
oh, I'll take it. What do you want?" He goes into his portable chemistry kit and goes, "I do have some chemicals. I do notice you have a bunch of meowing kittens, children.
Yes.
Maybe I could interest you in something I have. It may make them a little quieter. Let
Oh,
me
what have you
see.
got?
No, no, no. Ah, here you are. This little wondrous jar is a jar full of... Ah, yes, Doctor. It is actually from my good friend, Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams Sleep All Cure. Here,
I don't want to drug my kids.
don't worry. It'll only put them out for a few hours. They'll wake up right as rain. I'm sure you
Maybe
need the
something
peace of mind.
else, please.
All right,
Don't.
let's see what else we got. He looks into his chemicals and goes, would you like a jar of honey? Or a little
Oh,
bit of
yes,
honey?
okay. Yeah, honey would
There
work.
you are.
Oh, why,
Yes,
thank you. Is that
yes.
Professor Chronotis there?
Uh,
Hello, good
it
sir.
goes,
How are you finding the combobulator?
Are you talking to Rich's character?
Yeah.
He said, "How do you find the discombobulator?"
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What is he referring to?
You bought it from me on the 8th floor.
If I haven't done it yet.
Oh. Okay. Well, tell me when you've bought it, what you thought of it.
Excellent. I don't suppose you remember how much you sold it for.
We made an exchange. This fountain pen.
Ah. I take it back from Ari. Seems I'm going to need this later.
Ah, bummer. Do you have another fountain pen I could use?
No, he picks up like a car exhaust. We've got this.
Wraith looks around and goes, no, no, no. Oh, no. And he goes, ooh, look, a little ring. Can I take that?
Ring?
Yes. A ring you put on your finger.
Oh yes, yes, there you go.
Ah, thank you. This could be useful.
Anyone else interested?
I think Alex is gonna take a hard pass. It's just like scraps. Like he might just, if it was desperate, stick it down the barrel of one of his guns and blast it
Yeah.
out too. So he just goes, nah, I'm good here.
Okay, thank you.
And Kahanan will see if there are any rags or maybe like discarded clothing for sale.
So there is a cloak.
And she just points at it.
Oh yes.
What
Would
do you
like
want?
to try it on?
She just, as the cat is like holding the catkin is holding up the cloak. Kahanan is not gonna take it. Just looks at it and goes, "What do you want for it?"
Oh, what do you have?
I have a rock.
Oh, let's have a look. Yes.
With my baseline ass luck.
This seems quite exotic. Where did it come from?
And give me a moment. It's one of mine from the Enclave. And with that, she will bring up her hand, kind of like twitch her finger upwards as the rock kind of like begins to float because it's one of her circling stones.
Oh, oh yes, yes, yes. I'll have this. Thank you. Here, take it quick. He passes you the cloak.
And she will. And as she does, she looks for any tears, and when she finds one, she'll begin to like rip it into shreds.
Alex is quite inspired by this rock transaction, and he goes, "You know what? I do have something I've found in my pouch." And he pulls off a disposable nitrile glove and goes, "This can protect you from chemicals. What can I get for this?"
Um,
I'm not.
And
I
trust
think I'll
me,
give that one
they're
a
very
miss.
useful. And I pull off my glove to show that I'm wearing gloves under my gloves.
Hilarious.
Does anything take your fancy?
The bag of nails.
Oh yes,
Bag of
okay.
nails and
Yes,
scrap metal.
yes. Take the nails.
Gives it
Thank
a
you.
hefty jingle.
Okay, and with that, quite a lot of his stuff has been cleared out, so he'll start kind of.
Chronotis,
Oh.
actually, before he does, I just sort of lean down and looking over. Hold on, did I trade you this as well? And I pick up one of my lost marbles from off his sheet.
Yes.
Yes, yes, I think you did.
Can't imagine I would have let one of these out of my sight. And if you remember, retrieving a lost marble means I get an insight as to what's going on. So
Yeah.
I think I've already got an idea that I've got a time loop going on.
So your insight is that this traveling merchant has met you before, just not yet.
Yeah.
And it suggests you have made it at least to the, did I say the 8th floor?
To the 8th
or
floor.
7th floor?
What floor are we currently on?
You're on the first. Yeah, the first floor.
Sounds like we have a lot of steps to get in.
Indeed, we do.
Anything else you want to do here before heading
Wraith,
off?
before they leave, Wraith wonders, does the ring I have any mystical or magical properties?
No, it's like something that someone will get in a cracker, or like a sort of, I don't know, like an arcade, like cheap plastic ring.
Ooh, it's got a spider on it. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wraith will go, that's all right. I have many ways of making things magical. You laugh. He has that kind of like, you'll laugh. You know?
Okay.
I guess Alex is taking scraps and just dropping it down the barrel of his shotgun, and then just stuffing a glove in there to keep it from falling out.
Nice. Good.
I'm curious,
Gun
what's
protection.
Kahanan doing with the scraps of cloth? Was that for
She looks
later?
at it and she begins to rip it in her mind as a cloak. Not really much, but in strips, it can be used as bandages. They can be tied into a makeshift rope, and that's what she finds useful. So that's what she's doing. She doesn't really
Okay.
have like a proper place to carry it, so she'll just kind of awkwardly be like holding it with her hands.
Okay. Cool. What next?
With two sensory, I would like, since we're in like a treetop village, she would like to see if there is a tree nearby that seems to extend all the way up to the ceiling. She would be
Yeah.
interested in using her tremor sense on it.
So, interestingly, when you look up in the village, where you could imagine there'd be a sky, you actually see swirling energy, very similar to the gate that people have gone into or things have come out of. So it's not like a sky, it's like a swirling blue-green energy, and the trees, as they go up, disappear into it.
Okay. She'll go up to one.
Mm-hmm.
And the intention is hopefully this one is like touching the quote unquote ceiling. And she will put on her earth shaper and go up to the tree and give it a good punch, activating her tremor sense. The idea being to feel the vibrations as it goes all the way up the tree, and if it hits the ceiling, to get an idea of what is probably waiting for us in the level above via vibrations.
Okay. So as you hit the tree and it goes up and you get like the energy going across the top, all you get is a perception of the village is enclosed within like a massive circle. And in terms of below and above it, you didn't get any sense of what's there.
Shame. Okie dokie. And she will give no explanation to her party as to why she punched a tree.
Alex was concerned that stuff is going to start raining down. Giant acorns, coconuts, who knows?
Oh, shoot. I didn't even do that.
I just assumed the tree had offended you in some way.
You just get
Fair.
an aggrieved squirrel. Kind of collecting up its nuts.
Yeah. Wraith looked at that and probably said out loud, "Oh, probably using one of those lithomancer tricks I hear so much about."
She gives like a thumbs up, but it's like with her like sleeve, so it just kind of looks like this.
To
I can't
to
sense
the door
anything
before
above us.
something.
Mhm.
Hmm. You can't sense anything?
Can't sense anything above us, so I suppose the only way to know what's beyond is to go through the door.
Fair enough.
That's usually how it is in video games.
Game.
Okay.
This isn't a. Excuse me?
So as you get to the door that the elder had pointed to and open it, a staircase within the tree magically appears before you. And as you walk up the stairs, you find yourselves on a different level. It's hang on. It's a carved stone labyrinth filled with bioluminescent fungi. There are ancient murals all along the wall, but so old it's kind of covered in vines and yeah, looking at it, it seems to follow a kind of set path, almost like it's been designed that way.
Sorry, one more time. So
Where?
it looks like there's a straight path, and then on the sides is like these walls of murals, or
Yes, yeah.
okay, understood.
So it's basically a path of stone and vine like walls.
Okay, so when you say labyrinth, do you mean like a standard maze? I'm just making sure.
Yeah, feels
Okay.
almost like a standard maze. Yeah.
Okay, Wraith will take his shadow staff and tap, poke, 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 poke as he's walking, because he doesn't know that there's any traps here. So he's slowly walking, and when he gets to one of those murals, he wants to take out his quill pen. He is going to, in midair, make like a rune of chronomancy. Basically, what he wants to do is make it to where that moss and stuff doesn't exist around this picture. He wants to revert it back to its younger state, but just that picture. And it doesn't have to be very long. It just has to be enough to where Wraith can see what it is without all the moss.
Um. So is this kind of like catalog?
It's I wasn't going to use catalog. I was just going to use the quill pen and use energy work to do it. But we could use catalog. That would actually work better if you want.
No, it's okay. So let's say for your energy work, you do briefly get a glimpse of the mural, and you can see people on a path very similar to the one you're walking along, ascending a tower, and that
Okay.
kind of like goes.
Is there any information on the mural? Does it say like, is there a map? Does it say like you are here or here is danger?
No,
Is there like a diagram of this maze on it or
no,
not?
it's very like stylized image. So
Okay.
it's more like a storyboard of, I'm guessing,
Okay.
what happens in the tower.
Wraith goes back to his companions and goes, well, apparently the mural, and I assume all the others that we see, is like a little story. I did do a little bit of chronomancery on the mural to get a glimpse of what it was. Perhaps to me and Professor Rich, what's your character's name again?
Chronotis.
Me and Fredonis, with our magics. I don't know if you use magic, but usually it's just magic anyway. With our magics, could make it to where the moss around the walls could be no longer exist. You seem to be a chronomancer of some renown. Perhaps we could put our heads together and get rid of all of it, or at least a large majority of it. I could do it myself, but having another person with me would make it a little easier. What do you say?
It's kind of pokes Kahanan.
Kahanan.
Uh, it looks like a stone maze. Can you get the lay of the land with your punching?
Ooh. She will stare into the maze, reminding of the trial that she went through, and just kind of shake her head. First, she will look towards the walls, and the ability that I gained from my trial, Serpent's Insight, allows me to sense hidden doors, hollow spaces, or traps. So 2 questions for you is A, how do I use it? And B, are there any hidden doors, hollow spaces, or traps?
Nice.
So I think you just have to think that you want to use it, and you'll get a sense. You don't get a sense of any traps. You do get a sense that if you follow a set path, it opens up into like what, for all intents and purposes, is a garden.
Okay, interesting. And second question, or I guess third question, is it possible for Kahanan to extend out both of her arms such that she can punch both sides of the wall at the same time, or no?
Where you are currently, yes.
Sick. In that case, she still has her earth shakers on. She'll like pull down her sleeves so then the gauntlets can be seen, and she'll raise them up before hitting both sides of the wall to once again activate Tremor Sense.
Okay. So as you activate
How much
it,
of the maze can I get?
so
Liar. You said you couldn't.
you get the immediate area, so you can see it's a shift in Labyrinth. There appear to be floating platforms, and yeah, you get that if you follow a certain path, you'll get to an area where it opens up, and you get a sense of flowers and trees if you follow
And
that
in the
sort of particular
range
route.
of my Tremor Sense, do I get any hint of any moving people or objects that are in contact with the ground?
No.
Understood. As she absorbs the information from the vibrations, she's like making this mental image before she removes her fists and just begins to walk forward, just trying to follow that image before she loses it in her head.
Okay, what is everyone else doing?
Wraith is going to go follow her. Wraith is going to follow directly behind her.
Alex will follow the liar, and also taking the murals as he goes, trying to see if there's a story semblance between anything in between
Yeah.
the murals.
So the murals you can see are in a certain state of disrepair. So you kind of get like a rough sense of there's different people doing trials. Yeah, kind of seemingly kind of working their way up the tower, but you don't get a huge amount of detail. It's kind of all, as I said, it's quite stylized, but also it's very old and worn, at least in this part.
Yeah. As he's walking behind Kahanan, Chronotis is also gazing over the various murals, but with his archivist sight, just in case there's something hidden within them.
You don't sense anything hidden. You just get, from these particular murals, you just get a sense it's trying to convey a bit of what happens within the tower.
Very good.
So as you make your way forwards, following Kahanan, you enter into what appears to be a very serene garden, but it's a garden of glass. You've got glass flowers, crystalline vines, and stone trees. Your path forwards is also blocked by a massive glass bloom.
Glass bloom, like what kind of glass? Is it like a glass bloom of like flowers or
It's a
a glass head?
massive flower.
Wraith goes, pretty. Sad it is blocking our way. I could, utilizing a bit of, well, we could just shatter the thing. Although, looking at the peaceful nature of this place, it's probably a trap. We should be cautious.
Alex goes to inspect just a nearby leaf to see if it is actually glass or maybe it's crystal or something improbably hard.
So it is glass, but it moves like a leaf.
Does it feel like? Is it bendable in my hand?
So when you touch it, it feels hard. But you get a sense that it's alive as well.
Very strange.
And is it one large plant that's blocking the way, or is it like a collection of this bloom?
It's one large plant.
Wraith wants to go next to the plant. Let me see. I want to use a mix of things. Because I don't want to just do just what I want to do. I want to use catalog, but I also want to, well, what I want is to sort of make it, give me a minute to think about what I want to do. Because I want to do it, but I want to do it right.
Professor Chronotis, what are you doing?
Yeah. Two things. One, looking over the bloom with my archivist sight just to see if that reveals anything. And two, I know being self-contained as it is maybe a hard question to answer, but what time of day does it appear to be?
So that's a very good question, because in the tower itself, you don't get a sense of time. It just feels like constant.
Good.
There's no day-night cycle within the tower for the villages and whatnot. It's always a present.
Within the villagers part, potentially, but here in this particular floor, no. It feels like time moves on, but there's no like night or day.
Okay. I think I know what I want Wraith to do. Question: which version of the rules are we using? Are we using V2 or V1?
Well, if everyone's using V2...
Okay, that's fine. I just needed to know which version, because depending on which version of the rules means like this might work or this might not. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to use my lightning bolts, and I want to make them less like they're still lightning bolts, but they're less powerful. Like it's more like instead of like a big bolt of lightning, it's more like a small electrical charge. And I want to use that with catalog on the plant and just sort of maybe like speak to it, because you said from your description from our gunslinger friend, you said it was alive, right? So maybe Wraith could communicate with it.
How are you communicating it with it?
I basically want to use the electricity as sort of like a little interface, and I want to use the catalog to sort of have wind go all the way around it, sort of interface between me and it, and sort of like speak to it like with like telepathy, using both of those things together.
I think you'd struggle to communicate with it. I think maybe a Lithomancer might have more in their wheelhouse to try.
All right, yeah. If Meeks' character could do a better job, yeah, let's do that instead. Although it is
Kahanan would
native.
see everyone approach the flower in their own ways, and she would just kind of wait for them to be done before taking her turn. And as she approaches, she recalls the interesting information she was given at the end of her goblin trial. And she will touch the stem of the plant, and without really knowing what she's doing, the intention is to tap into this quote unquote glass blowing skill tree that she has. Not really sure what that is, or rather, she's not sure what that is, but she will try to then try to manipulate and push and pull the glass.
So, as you reach out and touch the bloom, is it the bloom you're touching?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So you get a sense that the plant life, the garden, is scared, fearful, and if you try and calm it, you might find a path is revealed.
Pull her hand away and look over towards the rest of the group. Do you mind stop moving for a bit?
That's all right. Wraith will just stand there.
Alex puts his tools away and just takes a seat.
She will follow up. Now, calming. I think the closest that she would understand is maybe some sort of soothing rhythm, maybe akin to humming that a parent would do for their child to assure them that everything is okay. While she's not a singer, what she will do is that she will begin to tap her, or rather lift up her heels in rhythm. So left, right, and at the same time kind of hold on to the bloom, having this very steady rhythm create vibrations and manipulate her tremor sense such that rather than using the vibrations to spread out, to kind of channel the bright vibrations from her feet to go through her body, through her arms, and into this plant to kind of give it that calming rhythmic vibrations towards it.
Yeah. Okay. And as you're doing it, you hear a whispered voice in your head, and it says, "You have survived worse than this. Let the garden feel your courage."
Ooh, she does have one will. It would startle her, but probably not to the point where she would stop what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all she gets from the voice. You've survived worse.
Mm-hmm. And let the garden feel your courage.
The garden fill your courage.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Is that how? Oh, this is ooh. Okay. Again, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but we'll play with it. Realizing that she will then kind of stop her tapping and then bring her arms wide apart before slamming it onto the bloom, the stem of the bloom. The idea is to have it shatter and to create her glass petal armor. Have the shards come down, and rather than stab her, to kind of manipulate them to this armor of glass.
Okay. You successfully do that. And as you do that, all of the flowers sort of turn towards you, almost like flowers seeking the sun, and a path appears ahead of you where the bloom was.
And in her glass armor, she'll turn towards the rest of the party.
I can move now.
She nods.
Wraith will
Well
be
done, young lady.
Well,
She'll
I'll
like look down and be kind of like shy about it. She's not used to compliments.
wearing a chandelier. Does she jingle as she walks now?
That would be hilarious, and I'll leave that up to Etch. I will say she has baseline reflex, so there's no way she's gonna be quiet.
Yeah, let's say she jingles a little bit, and she sends out kind of bits of light when the luminescence from the different fungi hits her. So she's like a walking
disco ball
disco
effect
ball.
too.
Yeah.
Wraith wants to go next to her, and he wants to sort of fiddle with this shadowy staff he's got. He wants to see. He'll use his own shadow because he doesn't want to use for shadow. Because it's not polite to use someone's shadow without doing it. But he wants to see how the staff works, and he wants to see if it absorbs the light of her armor.
No, it doesn't absorb light, but you can sort of manipulate shadows a bit.
Okay. Wraith is just kind of fiddling with it and just trying to see what it does. That's why he went there, because it's like, well, this produces light. Maybe my thing does the opposite. And it's like, oh, okay, not one of these.
So this path is opened up in front of you. It's an obvious route forwards you could go. Are you all continuing forwards?
Yeah,
Shall we
Wraith is.
proceed?
Mhm.
So as you go forwards, you find that you come to a long vertical shaft. It has floating platforms within it, and there are various flying monsters kind of filling the shaft.
How big are these monsters?
They're like bats.
Oh. Are they big bats or are they just regular sized bats?
It'd be regular size, but there's a lot of them.
Okay.
And can we see the top of this shaft?
You can see, yeah, like it's far up, but you can see that you could get up there by sort of like hopping around. But you'd have to clear
I meant
it
more so
first.
like, is there like a clear end to it, or does it look like it's endless as we go up and up
No,
and up?
you get a sense that there is a clear end. Yeah.
Nice. How high up is the closest platform?
Probably about head height.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wraith looks at the thing and he looks at Kawanu. Is that her name? Meeks?
Kahanan.
Kahanan. I can also change my name. I can also change my name to make it a bit easier.
Yeah. He looks at Kahana and goes, "You are a lithomancer. Could you perhaps make us a platform full of rubble, and then you could perhaps levitate us up?"
Staircase?
Ooh, staircase. Good idea. Can you do such a thing?
The only thing with your suggestion is that the shaft is full of these monsters currently.
I can provide supporting fire.
Yeah, you do get a sense that if you were to fire up, there are surfaces that bullets could potentially ricochet off.
Even better.
Because it is kind of fairly contained shaft.
How wide is this shaft? Couple
of bodies.
widths?
If you want to use bodies as a description, it's a bit ominous.
I mean, or I can do.
A couple of people.
You can do.
How many Alex's long?
Yes. How many Alex's long?
This is wide.
Sorry, what was your question?
Just so what's the diameter of this shaft?
It's probably, say, 10 feet diameter.
10 feet. So a little bit more than. So what? You're saying 3 meters or so? That's pretty narrow, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
At the suggestion of maybe Kahanan can make stairs, she'll look over to the walls of the shaft, kind of gauge that, yeah, there's enough material to do this. She would probably also communicate that, hey, this is not going to be quiet, that those monsters are going to be coming, but it sounds like the party's like, don't worry, we got you. We've got the firing part. And so she...
To be clear, Alex says they have you. Because I will be ducking and screaming as bats fly at me. So
fair enough. And with that, she will look over to the party before going, "Are you ready?" Without waiting for an answer, she will then punch into the wall. She'll punch into the wall, and then she will extend out her hands, begin to twist, and then like pull out the earth as her paired action for geomorph to manipulate this this stone shaft into a set of rudimentary stairs that the party can begin to like climb up to get to the first platform.
So, just so you know, these particular monsters react very strongly to sound.
Yep.
And with you hitting the side of the shaft, they all en masse come spiraling down towards you.
Yep. All right, guys, your turn. Good luck. Have fun.
Question. Can Wraith use catalog to funnel them into... let's see. We have our gunslinger, right? I have an idea. I could use catalog to sort of funnel the Oh wait, I can't do that. Would that work?
Yeah,
Would that even work?
you can funnel ammunition into my guns as I raise my guns up and start firing up into the shaft.
Yeah.
Well, what my idea was is we have always bats, right? And you could use shootout because basically I could use my wind and sort of funnel them directly to you, and you could just shoot, and I'd be dead with shootout.
I was about to suggest to narrow the shaft actually and make them funneled, but
Ooh,
the stairs came up and they kind of funnel it anyways too if they're coming directly
yeah,
down.
right. But we want to make sure they don't go toward Meeks' character. If I funnel
Yeah,
them directly toward you, they don't go to her; they go directly toward you, and you can just blast them away.
but assuming the stairs that come out are maybe 3 feet wide,
Right.
there's only a 3 foot like central tube.
That's a good point. Well,
So I'm just firing up this hole.
okay. I was just thinking of a way to make it easier, so they don't, so they could be more funneled in a more controlled way, I guess you could say.
Agreed.
So you're shooting up. As you shoot up into the shaft, your bullets start ricocheting. What exactly are you like? Are you using this skill, or are you just firing sort of? Pop, 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 pop?
I don't intend to because of how if the diameter of the shaft has been narrowed, essentially with the stairs poking out, there's only a 1 meter width hole that they can directly fly down. So are you saying that am I intention are my bullets just going like this and then just hitting, they're not like actually going up straight?
Your plan is to narrow it so much that you've just got one at a time coming out, because they are coming fast and en masse. Like
Yeah,
I'd say before you were able to geomorph too much, they'd be sort of heading towards everyone.
Sounds like a shootout situation to me.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can absolutely use shootout. That was totally the intent. But I can combo with trick shot too, using the newfound stairs to get at angles. So if there's a bat here and I've hit it and it is dispatched, it's still falling in this way. So to shoot around it, I'm going to be aiming for the edges of the stairs to ricochet around the falling. So it's going to be like just constantly falling bats with bullets kind of traveling around it.
Okay. So let's say that's what happens. So Kahanan starts morphing this staircase. All of the bat-like creatures react. As they do, you're like and taking them out or ricocheting so that you're catching them, and you end up with this stack of dead bats at the bottom of this shaft. But you manage to get them all, and you've got this nice staircase winding its way up to the upper level.
Nice. I just wanted to inspect the bat.
Sorry.
I just wanted to inspect the bat really quick, just to check it out. I can just carry it with me as I'm then inspect it as I'm going up.
So as you look at it, you see it's probably a blood-sucking bat, like a vampire bat, and it's very dead.
Okay, we just toss it into the central shaft to have it fall again as we climb up.
Yep. Sorry, was Professor Chronotis going to do anything?
I stated that I was power walking up the steps.
Okay. You're doing a funny hip, mate.
I have seen professors in my university do that exact thing. I have a very vivid image in my mind.
I am a very old professor with one vigor. Okay. Yeah. He's
Ironically, I think,
looking good for his age. You know?
yeah, you have the most vigor of the group. So it's
I
like-
mean,
That's really funny. That's hilarious. Like,
Yeah, 900 years of pickleball. That'll
I love that so much.
Some say you invented it.
really funny. Definitely should go in mission quotes.
some people are correct. Yes. Anyway,
okay.
taught it
As
to
you-
Julius Caesar. He didn't think it'd catch on. Anyway,
As you come out from the top of the shaft, you can see the remains of a camp that looks like it had been abandoned in a hurry.
Wraith goes, well, that's not ominous. Let's go loot it.
Alex is way ahead of you. He sees abandoned camp. His body automatically moves just to start opening bags and pulling the shit out.
Okay. So you find abandoned gear, half-eaten rations. There's a cracked recording device.
Is it broken?
Yeah, it's cracked.
Wraith will use his quill pen. How broken is it? Is it like broken enough to where he could use his quill pen and some chronomagics to fix it? Doesn't have to be totally fixed. Just have to use it enough to where he can hear what it says.
So you keep mentioning chronomagic. What's this chronomagic that your character has?
Basically how Wraith uses his magic, he uses his quill pen and he makes little runes, and he uses that to reverse time.
Okay.
Usually that's how he does it.
It's an arcane manifestation or what?
Yes, it's an arcane manifestation, yes.
Okay.
That's usually how Wraith does.
Let's remember that in V2, arcane manifestations are substantially weakened compared to V1, just as a heads up.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. Wraith just wants the information.
You might find catalog would give you more. Like you could actually almost get it back to how it was before it's
let's
cracked.
let's do catalog. Wraith looks at the junk and goes, "This won't do. It's broken. How can we use it if it's broken? Well, through the magic of the wind, I can just make it better. Oh, mighty wind of winds, will you assist us, or me, in this case, in fixing yon recording device?" And he snaps his fingers, and the wind comes along, and it gets reassembled. Almost good as new.
Okay. And you get a couple of logs recorded within it. First one says something is strange. The animals aren't acting normally. And then the other one, it feels like something is stalking us. It's blocked the way to the village. We can only travel deeper.
And was it only 2 or was it 3?
Just two messages.
Okay. Wraith, after getting this, he goes, well, apparently the animals aren't really being very nice today. And apparently these fellows, he has spread his arms wide and were attacked by some creature. And apparently all they could really do is go forward into the forest. So whatever is out there is out there. We better be wary.
In terms of the kit that you find a spear tipped with chitin, a shield reinforced with some sort of stone beast plate, and a lantern that has glowing fungus within it.
Wraith will take the lantern. Well, he's not going to take that. Is there anything else? Is there any books or manuscripts or anything like that?
No.
All right.
Just the recording device.
All right. Wraith will take that with him.
Okay.
May Kahanan make
anyone-
an intelligence inference based on the number of tents and bedrolls that she sees in regards to how many people they should expect to find?
Yes, you can. From the number of bedrolls and the half-eaten food that's been left, you can work out that there's a party of about 5 people.
This is going to be harder since I don't have any. I have only baseline spirit. But again, using just 2 sensory to pick up context clues of what's been eaten and maybe some personal artifacts that may be scattered about. Are any of them women and or children?
So I guess you could ascertain, at least from the style of some of the
clothing that I'm
stuff
pulling
you're wearing.
out, just going.
Yeah, that these are probably have been left by the villagers who went missing. So they weren't children, but it was a mix of men and women. So it was a mixed group.
Got it. Sounds good.
Okay. So where next? You gonna keep going?
If Alex heard the logs too, he would also check the doorway that we just came in and see if that just randomly magically locked.
Doorway.
If they can't come back.
Which doorway?
We came up, we came through the shaft, and then did we go into a different room, or is this like on a platform up on top?
Up on top, you can see the abandoned camp. So there was no door. It was just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, cat.
But looking, so far as we know, the path we took would have been the path the villagers took, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then it's very strange they said it's blocking the way back, because that would be the small area between the shaft and this camp.
And I think it's interesting that they decided to camp where there's bats.
Yeah.
Wraith will say, perhaps when they were here, the bats did not exist. Perhaps this is all a test for us. Or maybe these villagers had some other ways of dealing with these foes.
Or maybe they were super friendly bats, and then they started behaving unnaturally.
That could also be the case.
I mean, you get the inference from the message that they'd tried to go back to the village, but then found they weren't able to.
I'm starting to feel like I was getting the feeling that we might not find too many people left to rescue, but okay. We proceed
dark.
on. I assume there's there's a hall. There's somewhere to go from this platform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can keep going further into the floor.
Alrighty.
What is the flora and fauna here? Are we heading into a forest, a jungle, a plain? What do we got?
So the flora and fauna seems to be lessening. It appears to be more of the stone sort of labyrinth. So you got the stone with the murals on.
Kahanan raises her gauntlets, raises it above her head, and asks and tells the party, "I can get an idea of where those creatures are before they find us."
Wraith says, yes, but is there a way you can use your abilities to be less sonically sound? Last time you made quite a large ruckus and the enemies came to us anyways. Is there a way you can make your abilities still do the same thing, just cause less noise?
No.
Chronotis is just nodding along, like, yeah, that was a stupid question. Like,
All
Could
right.
you make your earthquake quieter?
Can you make your earthquake not quake as much?
no, it's even worse. Can you do sonar without sound? No, that's what the S in sonar is.
I mean,
You're
it
just
doesn't
gonna leave.
look like she's getting much support for this plan. She's gonna slowly bring her arms down, like, okay, I guess we're not doing that.
It's not a bad plan. It's just the last time you used an ability that had to deal with,
It's
the
fine. I
power.
shot it.
Sonic.
I shot them.
Sonic.
It's okay.
We
Yes,
survived.
Besides,
that is true. But based on the recording, the thing that chased them was far bigger than just a bunch of bats. Do we really want to chance it? I mean, yes, there's 5 of us. There are 4 of us.
Forewarned
is your
is
cat here?
forearmed, young lady.
Is your cat in the room with us?
No. Well, I have another cat. The cat that was meowing, I sent it to another room just because I couldn't deal with meowing all the time. So that cat is gone.
Could you repeat your question, Rich?
Oh, I just said, forewarned is forearmed. Smash, young lady.
Mhm.
I heard smash, so.
And I bought 4 guns. See, I'm forearmed. Let's go.
Yeah, Wraith like a defensive posture with his staff. He's ready.
Professor
Raise
Chronotis has a
my-
jug out. You have no idea what good that will do. But anyway.
She will raise both of her gauntlets up, interlock the fingers, slam down. Tremor sense. Again, get an idea of the lay of the land, any creatures or anything that may be moving.
So, from your tremor sense, you don't sense 5 individuals. I mean, they went a long time ago. Continue along the path. You do sense an individual, and then you just get a sense of long corridors that then leads up to an open space again.
One
So you do
individual. I don't sense the 5 others. Long corridor ahead. How do we want to proceed?
Wraith asked, did you get a sense of how big the individual was? Or does your abilities not pretend that far? Or go that far?
Etch?
You get a sense that it's like one humanoid, sort of normal sized, similar to you guys.
Human-like,
Or if they're-
probably our
or if they're
size.
flying.
Ah,
If they're
no problem
flying.
at all then.
Does anyone want the shield or spear? Like my arms are full between the guns and the spear and the shield, and I'm like,
Professor's like, I got
We're
this
taking
jug. So I'm good.
I have my staff, so I don't really need another weapon. Although I will take the shield. Is it the type of shield I can lash to my left arm? Because that's what I want to do, lash to the forearm.
No, it's more one you'd have to actually hold it.
Oh, never mind then.
Not like
Well,
a
wait.
small.
Is there any leather or nearby that Wraith could make a little holder for the shield really quickly?
Not really.
Or is the shield too big?
You could ask Kahanan for one of her strips.
Wraith
I
looks
guess
at the
all the
shield
random-
and goes. Wraith looks at the shield and goes, "It is a nice looking shield, but don't really need it." He decides instead to take it. Just sort of. How heavy is it?
It's fairly heavy. It's
That's
like a
really
stone
heavy.
shield.
Okay, oh, it's stone. Oh boy, this is actually quite heavy. It's a nice looking shield, but it's made of stone and it's heavy. It's nice, but I don't think I need it. There are other ways to defend myself.
Idea just floated into my brain, just going, can Kahanan surf on this? Like if it's a stone shield and then she can move stones around, can she stand on it and just go?
Are you asking this out loud?
Yeah. Like, can you ride this?
What would be pulling it?
Your
I don't see a
lithomancy.
camel or a horse nearby.
Can you
Wraith
move
steps,
stones?
Wraith steps forward and goes, "You could use your circling stones there. You could probably put them on the bottom, or you could use your what do you call it? Your geomorph. You could morph the land up and surf along it."
Oh, how novel. I suppose I can try. And with that, she will extend out her arm, and the 7 remaining circling stones come out. And she will then bring her hands in to kind of have them be. I take it that the shield's already on the ground, right?
Unless
Yeah,
Alex has
I've
picked it up.
no, I've actually chucked it because I'm like, this is heavy, or just kind of dumped it down on the ground.
Oh, so it's like
Just
circling stones under, and you see her kind of like straining to try to get them to be under the shield so then they can be propped up on them. And she will then try to push and move them forward to see if the shield will also move forward. Yes, explain surfing to the desert woman. You're introducing the concept of wheels to her. Like, I think you guys need to slow down.
Wraith
there's
steps forward.
sandboarding. So I was like, maybe they got things. They have ways to entertain themselves.
Sandboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a thing in deserts. If you have like a certain like high enough dunes, and you can actually ride them on like a regular snowboard if you have the right like firmness of the sand.
True, I just don't know if they would call it surfing, but tomato, tomato.
Mhm.
But yes, am I able with my circling stones to kind of wield the shield around, or is it still way too heavy for my circling stones?
Let's say you can. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh boy. And then she will be kind of amazed, and then like hold up her tunic like whoop, and then step.
Cool.
Very
And
impressive.
then like the circling stones move forward, and it's like very slow because Kahanan doesn't want to lose her balance.
I was gonna say,
It's like this the entire time.
Chronotis power walks by her, heading for the individual found. You have fun with
Wraith-
that.
Wraith will
It's like, goodbye.
Wraith will be next to her and goes, "Now, the secret surfing, he sort of like is it slow enough moving to where Wraith can kind of like help her out, like move her body in a more
100%, yeah.
We're going
position?"
to cut scene to Chronotis, who's met the other person.
Not only have I just used my normal vigor, the weathered cloak I'm wearing, as long as I'm deep in thought, it increases my speed. So, like, I'm just mumbling to myself, wandering off into the labyrinth. Hopefully, you guys find me later. Anyway,
So you find yourself in like a bit of a more open area, and you can see a man in a patchwork apron stirring a pot over a makeshift fire. He was like, "Oh, are you hungry?" And you can see the pot. It smells absolutely amazing. But as you look in, the ingredients look absolutely horrific. There's like weird eyes, limbs
Yum.
of different things floating in it.
And Chronotis is just looking into it. No, thank you. I think I ate last week.
Oh, pity.
You haven't by any chance seen 5 beastkin villagers come by, have you?
No, not whilst I've been here. No.
Chronotis is just looking into the pot, seeing if he can identify pieces of beastkin villager.
No, you can see it's got like glass creatures and sort of gem-like beetles,
Mhm.
but nothing seems like it would be parts of a beastkin.
He's cooking rocks. Fun. Okay. So, so is this all for you, my good man? It seems quite a lot for just one.
Yes, well, I can keep some of them in my bag. I always cook too much because you never know when you can stop and prepare something.
No, that is true. That is true. So is
Are you
the
sure?
hunting and gathering good around here?
Hunting? Yes, there's loads of weird and wonderful things you can cook. And he shows you a book. It says Gastronomicon, Volume 7. I'm working on this volume at the moment.
Would you mind if I cast an eye over that book?
Oh, please do.
And he just starts flipping through it.
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's a book of how to cook things that probably aren't edible. What do we got? Wow, the original stone soup recipe. Okay.
Hmm.
I can see him critiquing the grammar, going, "Oh, you need a comma here."
No,
And
but he
messing up
is
the rocks.
mumbling things like, "Oh, no one would ever put cinnabar in that. It's poisonous. Come on, what are you?" Anyway, I'm hoping this interacts with my alchemist skill tree somehow. Anyway, I'm just flipping through it.
While you're flipping through it, Kahanan, very slowly, being supported by Wraith, suddenly appears. I don't know if she's back yet. Possibly not.
Alex has been cheering her on, just going, "Yeah, you can do it."
Yeah, Wraith is
Ninja bounce.
giving her the finer points of how to like be on like a surfboard or like a skateboard, you know, kind of just relax, let it go. You are in control. The board can do
Okay.
nothing without your intent. You know.
Chronotis waves to his companions. Hello! I've met this fine fellow that has a cauldron full of stew and or poisons.
Hello, would you like
Oh,
to
good
try?
food.
Wraith goes, once they get there, goes, ooh, a stew. Let's see what we have.
And when Ray says that, Chronos repeats, and or poisons.
No,
He's been
All right,
reading
too
from
much.
the book. You know?
You know how old I am. Also, if there's some poison, I probably have a cure for it. Don't worry.
He's enthusiastically puts them in a bowl and he hands it to Rafe as he comes up.
Is there, what is this? So there's like a wooden spoon, or like
Yeah, it's
utensils.
like a wooden bowl with a spoon. Yeah.
Wraith takes it. He takes a sip. What is it? Is it like salty? Is it like bitter? Does it taste like gasoline? What am I getting?
No, it tastes absolutely amazing. It's a glass petal risotto with crystallid reduction, but it looks horrific. It's like you've got eyes and weird sort of insect legs. Like it doesn't look very appetizing, but it tastes amazing.
As soon as we taste it, he's like, and he does like the whoa, you know, the Matrix whoa. He does that, and he's like, whoa, and he's like, you got to try this. He looks at the cook. This is amazing. what is your secret? I have tasted many dishes throughout my eons of living, but this is one of the greats. Wow, this is
And
real.
again, as Wraith
Please.
says that, like I'm holding the book in my hand. Apparently, it has to do with how you prepare the carapace.
Wraith Wraith loves the soup, but there's a book. Could I please read your manuscript? I love cookbooks. Oh, they're always
yes,
so
please do.
beautiful.
Please
Oh,
do.
good. Wraith, like as soon as he just like he tries to like he's like he like looks at Chronotis like with like puppy dog eyes. He doesn't want to like yank the book, but he's like you know.
Yeah, and Chronotis has got that same like kid look, mine, but he eventually hands it over to
Yeah,
allow
Wraith.
to inspect
The
it.
first thing Wraith does, he looks at the title, looks at the date, like looks at like the copyright date, or this was published at the time, and goes, "Ooh, a rare one. The 7th version. I believe I have a first edition, first version somewhere back at
you?
HQ. I'll have to look and see the differences."
This is
He
my
wants
book.
to.
Alex is crunching through the stew, pulling out legs every so often. Flavor is good. Texture needs help.
Oh,
Um,
try some of this.
but-
It's like a salt of some sort.
Yeah, but Wraith is basically looking through the book. He's very impressed because it's like, ooh, I don't have this one.
Whilst you're looking through the book, I think this is a good point to have a quick break. So if we
Alright.
take like a couple of minutes. Does that
Yeah,
work
And
for
here's
good
an
everyone?
ad from my sponsor, the Silent Forward.
Exactly.
All right,
Back to the show.
See you in a sec.
yeah,
Yep,
I'll be
see-
back.
Okay, and we're back from a short break. And before we broke, we'd met Morden, the chef, and everyone was partaking of his dish of the day and reading his cookbook. So, I think Chronotis asked if he'd seen anyone or 5 individuals.
Yes.
So no, I haven't seen 5 individuals, but I have seen some shifty-looking people in cloaks.
Kahanan takes a step back. Like, oh,
No, not like you, young miss. They seem very, very unusual. Have a weird
Wraith.
air about them.
Wraith steps forward and asks, "Unusual in what way?"
As I say, got a very weird air about them. They seem at odds with the world.
Ah, okay. Wraith says, "Not very descriptive, but well, what can you do?"
And did they just pass on by?
I didn't go close enough to interact with them particularly. They didn't seem like the sort that would want you to see them.
Maybe they're the stalkers.
or the monsters that we're supposed to dispose of.
I'm contrarian by nature. I like to see people that don't want to be seen. Do you know where they're at?
They were through that way. If you go through the library and just keep going, you should come across them eventually.
Chronotis just smiled. I think
You
just
mentioned
said
library?
one of our favorite
Oh,
words.
boy.
Library? Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, boy.
The archive of impossible histories. It's just through there.
Wraith goes, "Ooh, I definitely will need to check that out. You never know what you can find at the local library."
And with that, we lost half the party.
Yeah.
9 months later. What do you think happened to the other two? Yeah. Anyway.
2 lifetimes
Badges
later.
just have been pinging for months, but they're like, nah, I'm still reading. I'm still reading.
Just take it off and put it away. It's making too much noise. It's disturbing my studies.
Wraith would probably go there and be like, I could just. Wraith would probably just use his glasses and speed read all the shit. Doesn't have time to sit there for eons. He's got things to do, man.
Chronotis doesn't. He'll take his time. But not now. Now, Chronotis is already speeding towards the Library of Impossible Histories, having completely forgotten about all the rest of you, having heard those words. So,
All right, Wraith goes, "Well, off
so
we
Morton
go."
was about to warn us about the Guardian or
So-
something like that. Well, sucks to be me. You know?
If we go to Chronotis again and then the rest of you then catching up.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
already past the cutscene transition. I'm in the library. Yeah. Anyway.
So you go through the you carry along through a corridor and then you find yourself within a massive library carved into the stone. It's full of floating tablets, shifting murals. Yeah, it's like massive.
Okay. Well, immediately taking it all in, the hands just come together, starts rubbing them. You said the word shifting mural, and Chronotis is like, oh, that old wheeze. I know that one, and goes over to inspect it.
Okay. As you're inspecting the murals, you see them almost rewriting themselves. So it's kind of like different possible versions of events.
Okay. And like in his test mural, he just starts analyzing the changes themselves and sees if we can find any patterns to what's seemingly random.
Okay. You basically see a story repeating itself again and again of challengers taking on the tower, failing, and then their whole existence being absorbed by the tower.
Hmm.
And with that, whilst you're watching this on loop, the others come into the space.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that Kahanan and Alex were as excited and decided to move as well.
Yeah, Wraith comes into the space and he's like, "Ooh, interesting library." He goes up to one of the floating tablets and goes, "Oh, I recognize that language. Interesting." And then he looks around and he sees, some of these murals and he goes to them. I want to use fun fact on one of the murals to make the painting to be about like, could it be like a memory of one of Rafe's past lives or the past life he's already using?
Yeah.
The mage.
Yeah.
I think it would
So
make it more meaningful for him.
yeah. So you see a mural playing out a civilization that your mage character was part of, taking on the tower, not succeeding, and actually being absorbed into the tower.
Interesting. So this is what happened to cut off the magnificent necromancer. Fascinating. He is very intrigued. He'll probably go back to where that place was later and ask them questions about not only Ketoff, but the towers itself, as it seems to be, because this is one of the places the towers have been. So yeah.
What are the non-nerds doing?
Alex is
Throughout the
just taking a look.
meal.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alex. No, you go first.
I'm not doing anything very interesting. I'm just looking around, going, books and languages I can't
Kahanan
read.
would. I'm sorry, the delay on this thing is so bad.
No, just go ahead. Again, I'm not doing. Oh, nope. Caught the plague. Yeah, Alex is just looking at the books that he can't really read, or if he can, they're probably not that interesting to him. And he's just looking at the murals and watching people's absorption demise.
Yeah.
Kahanan would have left the stone shield behind. Throughout the meal, she was like trying to manipulate the earth to kind of like, oh, maybe if I make a slope instead. But she hasn't quite gotten the hand of it. But she also hasn't had much time to experiment. But she'll keep that in mind for next time. She'll probably follow Alex as he is also kind of looking around at the books, and she'll just casually say, "The libraries were meant for the scholars of my world. They're dead now."
Mine too.
Wraith will peel back from looking at his previous life's things and goes, "Oh, the scholars of your worlds are dead, huh? Ah, such a sad day when knowledge is lost. Would you like to tell me about them?"
They
The
were just
zombies ate
looking.
them.
They were just looking too much down on their books that they didn't realize the storm that was coming. I guess in the end,
Clever.
these books really, truly were worthless.
Clever. And your tale, Alex. What are the scholars of your world?
They didn't train in running enough, so the zombies caught them and ate them.
Yes, that usually happens in a zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst you're talking, I'll say, Professor Chronotis, you also get a sense that the residents of the tower
Mhm.
and the monsters within the tower are potentially the remnants of these consumed worlds.
Hmm. Interesting.
Wraith.
Just looking through his things. So go ahead.
Go on.
Coming to this conclusion, Chronotis just ominously sort of mumbles, "This tower is hungry, and it spits out what it can't devour."
Wraith, as you're conversing with the others, you hear a voice in your head, and it says, "You have lived this before. You will live it again. Choose the path that harms the least."
Wraith stops and goes, "Just so you know, Professor, could you come here? You may need to hear this. Could help us all surviving." Does the
The
professor?
the professor doesn't actually move, but he turns so that an ear is pointed towards you
All
to
right,
indicate that he is in fact listening.
all right. Just so you know, because I have lived so damn long, apparently this place says I have lived this before, and I need to choose the path of least, I guess you could call, destruction to us. Just an FYI. Just so you know, I do not know what that path is, but I will try my best to avoid killing us all.
I do hope that advice is starting now, or doesn't count back.
Hmm. Well, the problem with places like these, they
You
may
guys may do
say
the
you
least harm.
yes, the least harm. That's what it's.
Yeah, I'm not in the least harmed, so we're good.
Well,
I
the
chose
thing
that path.
the thing with a place like this, he sort of waves his hand all over, just sort of saying the whole area. What he means is like the whole tower, is they kind of have a consciousness of their own. So I will try to use my past knowledge to help you, but just because I have past knowledge doesn't mean I know how to use it correctly.
As
Um,
as you're saying this and talking to
mhm,
Alex, Chronotis starts seeing
mhm,
the history of the tower, but like the most recent history. So you can
mhm.
see the 5 beastkin camping,
Hmm.
being chased and running. Um, and you can almost find that playing out in front of you.
Mhm.
Can we see what is
Okay.
chasing them, or what? Yeah.
I
Well,
was going to say, Chronotis is more trying to hopefully wait for the ending. Like, did they survive? Are they hiding? Can this story tell me where they're at now?
yeah. So you can see an elusive figure stalking them, um, and you can see them running towards a space where there's a glowing orb and then disappearing.
Hmm.
And only Chronotis sees this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And once he's like, you actually see Chronotis like getting to that point and like getting angry at the bureau, like, no, go back. Like he's hitting it like an old television, trying to get it. I want to see that bit again, and presuming that doesn't work.
Oh, you didn't DVR it?
It's and honestly, he knows there's no further information. He was just hoping. Comes
As
over.
you say, as
Mhm.
you say that, it does play back, but
Mm,
it plays back the villagers
mhm.
sat at the camp and then actually going back through the pass and going
Mm.
back to the village.
So it's basically showing how they got here. Just in reverse.
Actually showing a different version of events.
Ah. So that might have learned to be nothing. Well, that's the problem with temporal projections. He's mumbling this to the mural, and then it occurs to him, oh, they might, yes, them, hold on, and turns around. Like, well, this mural appears to be a recording of, I hesitate to say histories, because I'm getting many alternate versions of the same story. I don't know if these events have played out many different times, or if it's just different ways it could have gone, but I've seen the villagers we're looking for. And there was an elusive figure hunting them. And then there was an orb, and they disappeared. And you said there are like tablets floating around this place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chronotis snatches one out of the air and is hoping there's the equivalent of a card catalog in this thing. And he's just basically trying to do a search. Glowing orb, like anything matching sort of what he did. He's throwing in search terms to see if anything can come up.
No, so the stone tablet you grab is like someone's life story. So it's like an account, like an autobiography.
Well, if it's not from William the Orb Maker, this does me no good. And he just throws it over his shoulder. It's floating. It'll be fine, probably. Anyway.
Plot twist. We are the ones chasing them. We are the elusive figures chasing them. And they're actually just back at the village. And they're like, no, we're going to stay right here.
Anyway.
I don't see an orb. She's looking around the library.
Yeah, nor do I. See, the annoying part is the history showed me them being chased and them going into a room with the orb and then scene missing. Like, how did they get there was not clear. So, at least I am
assuming out of this library?
Is
or is there a way out of the library besides the way we came in?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can just go straight through into another section.
Oh, thank God. And then I start making my way over there.
Wraith decides, wonderful looking mural. Thank you for showing more of my past. Kind of a bummer that Karov, the magnificent necromancer, met his demise here. But who knows? Maybe I'll find his body. Could be helpful. You never know. And before he goes, he realizes, I have an open book. I should let it off here. He goes to like the equivalent of like a book drop and like drops one in because, just a random book he doesn't need.
You dropping a random book off?
Yeah, because he's like in a library and he's like, well, maybe I should like pass something on,
Okay. So
Give it somewhere nice.
The book goes flying into the spiral of stone tablets. What was the book?
The book was How to Win a Toga Without Really Trying, Volume 6.
Okay. So Alex left you all. What was Kahanan doing?
He will follow Alex, but I imagine that, seeing how into literature and these murals and whatnot that the professor and Wraith are, how engrossed they are, she'll just casually ask, I don't understand. Why bother writing all of this down?
Well, Wraith decides, do you not have scholars and knowledge? Where you come from? Do you not know how to read or write? Knowledge is a wonderful thing.
Oh, I have knowledge, just not from books. Again, the scholars of our world are dead, and it's because they spend too much time in their books.
Yes,
at least that's what we were told.
Used to make better, or perhaps pass things on. when you are long gone.
Why?
If you
Wraith,
had no person to learn from, you could still learn from these.
yes, exactly. Yes. Wraith goes over to one of the books and goes, here we are. It's basically it's like her, like what she does with lithomancy, but it's like a children's book of how to like manipulate the earth. It's got like pictograms and stuff. Here you are. This book could show you how to manipulate your abilities better. It seems like it might be made for children, but it couldn't help. I wasn't sure if you could read any of the languages here, so I picked what seemed like the easiest for you to understand. I'm not saying go dumb, I'm just, trying to get you to understand.
Interesting enough, page 5 is someone surfing on a stone shield.
She'll notice this and just
Yeah.
like stare at it and just immediately go,
Alex calls back. You
Okay.
feel smarter yet?
So Alex,
but thank you for explaining.
Anytime.
you've moved beyond the library and you've entered into a corridor, and as you sort of go walking through it, you hear footsteps echoing before you've actually made them. Your shadows seem to be moving independent from you, and doors along the side appear and vanish in front of you.
The door that I kind of came through, is it still there or is it shifted away?
You look back and you can't see the door you just came through.
Guns out and looking around. His hoping his one sensory could maybe nail down the potential stalker.
Okay. So you keep going, and then you feel. No, go on.
Oh, I was just figured like if everything's shifting all around him, he doesn't even really need to move. Because if doorways are
So you
just
don't
popping up and
move.
moving.
You don't move, and
Where's
then
the hallway moving?
you don't move, and then you feel as if you're at the point at the start where it's like you can hear your footsteps before you hear them.
Oh, like a loop?
Yeah.
And I can only hear it, not see it, right? Or do I see myself like walking out of myself?
No, it's just the same sensation again. So, and you just repeat the same process.
Okay. I guess I keep walking. Maybe try to open a door if it spawns close enough to me.
Yep. So you
I'll
open a
keep an eye
door.
out for whatever spook is following me.
Yep. You open a door. Maybe go through it. You find yourself at the start again, hearing your footprints.
Problem. Alex used a standoff to halt everything.
Okay.
Does everything keep shifting, or does it actually stop? Got some bullet time action. I want to see if it if everything stops, then he also wants to take a slow look around to really try to identify the stalker and or maybe a more appropriate doorway.
Okay. So you take a standoff. Things seem to stop. You don't get a sense that there's a stalker. You get a sense that it's the environment around you that's causing this loop.
Hmm. in that case, I guess he releases the standoff for the time being and just tries to. I'm gonna try to think of a plan.
Okay. And with that, let's go to your companions. Kahanan, are you going to leave before the other two?
He will enter through the doorway with the professor and with Wraith.
Okay. So you enter. As you enter, you can see Alex disappearing into a door to the side. And again, as you walk forwards, you can hear footsteps echoing before you've made them. Your shadows seem to move independently, and you can see doors appearing and vanishing. And then you see Alex appearing behind you. You don't see him actually.
Oh no! Because I
Alex
was
is-
gonna say that Kahanan was being freaked out by all the footsteps and whatnot. She doesn't get a good feeling about this. She has her earth shakers ready, and then as soon as she stopped, she was gonna take a swing around and punch what's behind.
Okay. So
Oops.
Alex suddenly
Another
appears behind
PvP.
No!
You now see your three companions ahead of you. One of them suddenly swinging around. How are you reacting to it?
Am I reacting to it?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would just snap standoff again and just kind of move out of the way. I'm like,
Okay.
hey, I think it's me. Maybe. Or is this a loop?
Wraith, it looks like, he turns to the professor, we are in a time loop. Alex, when did you first arrive? How many, he thinks, minutes did you arrive before us? That may help us.
2 minutes?
Okay. So it looks like we are on a 2-minute time loop. What do you think, Professor? You seem to be wise to the nature of time and its many manifestations.
Wait, am I a chronomancer too?
Um,
And I punched the time loop. I don't like this.
this is gonna be fun, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Professor Chronotis just gets this vibrant light in his eyes. And he's just like, oh, my friends, when you have peered deeply into the fourth dimension as I have, when you have dealt with such beings as the Vashna Narada and the formations known as a chronic hysteretic loop, there's always a way out of these things. You do not have to worry whatsoever. I am activating head in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those of you that are not familiar, this means that so long as I am rambling, you all can make luck pitches on my behalf
Yes.
about
Perfect.
things to get us out of this, and they are enhanced even beyond my 3 luck. So,
Oh, you got 3 luck. This is perfect. Wraith is going to be
Yeah.
very happy.
if
Wraith
you'll
is
excuse
very
me,
excited.
so in the time it took for that to explain to you, Chronotis, power walking into this phenomenon, has been babbling on about tachyons and that time he met Sir Isaac Newton and tried to explain that general relativity was just going to put him into the dustbin of history. And by the way, did you know that apples back then sucked? That's why I dropped it on his head. I wasn't about to eat one of those things. You just let me know when you want me to cut in with a little more babble.
All right.
Feel free to make some
Wraith,
luck pitches on my behalf if we're going down.
Wraith, realizing that the professor has 3 luck, But how much intelligence does the professor have? Does he have 5 or 4?
1.
Oh,
Chronotis is a low-level character.
Oh, that's so sad, because he should be a genius like Wraith. That would help.
He
But
is
Wraith,
a genius. He is
He
also
will be.
200 years senile.
that is true. Okay, what Wraith wants to pitch, can Wraith pitch that because, well, the problem is Wraith knows about tachyons and stuff, like he knows that version of time, but he also knows a different brand of physics that can do a little more than the standard branch of physics offers. Can he pitch that because you're in this time loop, the time, I guess, energies flow more freely, and because you're in the clouds, it gives your character more information than he usually would have about time. Like things that, he knows about tachyons and this and that, but because he's in this loop, could he give him more information? And can Wraith give it to him so he can, break the loop?
So you do that. Let's hear the other two's luck pitch, and we'll put it all together.
So Alex is going to do a little bit more experimentation. So the looping is still occurring, right?
Still looping, yeah.
Through the loops, when I keep feeling myself start walking again, do I notice my essence decreasing as I've used standoff and?
No, it's
Or does it refresh every time that
It's
it
like
loops?
Yeah, you've reset. Yeah.
Cool. So Alex's plan is this. I'm gonna start shooting everything and use all my abilities all at once. And try to jam up the time loop with just so many Alexes. Just filling the area, using standoff to hold everything, shoot out, and just zipping around with his with the recoil additional recoil dash perk, and firing all his guns in random directions, and see if I can overload this.
Okay.
And or maybe randomly hit whatever is causing this. Oh, and trick shot to ricochet and increase possibility of hit.
Kahanan?
And my luck pitch is that only in this chamber the time loop is a physical thing that can be hurt. Maybe by bullets.
Yes.
That's good.
Just shoot the time loop.
So from the advanced knowledge of time loops from Wraith, from this weird and wonderful madness of multiple versions of Alex just popping up all over the place and filling the space with those of ricocheting bullets and craziness, and Kahanan's pitch that you can hear time doing weird things, you do notice a misplaced shadow before the loop resets. So you identify the loop anchor, and you also ascertain that if you open this door that's not there yet, you'll get everyone out of the loop.
Is the door where the shadow is?
Exactly why this area of space in which there's clearly not a door must be the portal out of here. And I open some empty space.
And Wraith goes, he looks at the professor, and he goes, "Are you sure you're not a cartoon character?" He heads through it.
If I was a cartoon character, there would be more hammers, sir. Anyway.
Anvils, more anvils.
That too.
And I gesture for all of my companions to go through while the not door is still not here.
And you all stumble through, and you find yourself within the same corridor, but beyond the time loop.
Wraith goes, well, that was fun. Well, that was fun.
I disagree. I did not like that. Let's not do that again.
Well, no.
There was
Oh,
like
that was
10,000
just bad.
me's.
I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
Is the corridor still dark? Like, what can we see around us?
I have the lantern.
You can see like if you keep going, you'd get somewhere eventually. So you can see like it's all stone with murals, like very much on theme with what's been around you up until now.
Okay.
And it does seem
Question.
a single corridor, right?
Yeah.
So how dark is it? Is it like pitch black dark, or is it dark enough to where, like?
No, it's light enough that you can see.
Okay.
Like there's bioluminescent fungi, so
Okay.
it's light enough that you can see as you go along this corridor.
Okay. Wraith will want to. He has this shadow staff. Could he make it to where utilizing the shaft, make it to where his eyes could like see really well in the dark? Like instead of like how like people with like really good like night vision can see really well in the dark. But what if it was like reversed? Like the dark was like really like just because it's dark he could see really well, but not because of light, but because of shadow instead.
I mean, you can, yeah, if you like, you can see it's brighter for you because you can manipulate the shadows, but it's still bright enough for everyone else to see as well.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I want that. Yeah, that worked. I don't want to
Okay.
be like don't want to be like pitch black. Don't want to be like that, but I want to be able to just see better.
Okay. So, assuming you're gonna keep moving,
Alex is moving.
Yeah.
Never walk stride.
you find yourselves before a great big ornate door, which has kind of like a final boss vibe to it.
Wraith goes to it and goes, well, looks like it's one of those doors. Just so you know, if we step in this door, we may be separated. I just sort of have this feeling.
Alex goes into his inventory and pulls out the bolter.
Wraith looks at it and goes,
Boss weapon.
ooh!
Boss
Ooh.
weapon for the boss.
Is the big ornate door locked?
You get a sense that if you push it,
Mhm.
it will open.
May
Chronotis
you all
puts one
survive.
hand- If we are all
Yeah,
ready,
you too.
Chronotis pushes the door.
Okay. And the
Yes,
door
Wraith.
swings open, and a dark room suddenly has like braziers around the side, sort of lighten up around the room.
Mhm.
And as you step into it, you can see 3 serpents coiled around each other, but they're huge, they're massive.
Mm.
Question. Go.
One appears to be made of stone, one appears to be made of flesh, and one appears to be made of glass. And as you come in, they hiss in 3 separate voices. Choose your fate. What was your question, Ari?
Are they linked together or are they all separate?
So they're coiled around each other, but they're separate.
Okay. So they're not like one snake. So my question is, are they? So they're coiled around together, but they're not separate. So they can like individually go off and do their own thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
As you go into the room,
Mhm.
a 3-sided coin appears, spinning in midair, and you hear a giggle echoing through the air, and a voice going, "Let's make this interesting." And one of the serpents appears to slip on nothing, and just kind of like ends up sort of collapsed on the floor.
Which one went down?
The stone one.
Is it shattered into a million pieces?
No.
Ah.
So it kind of split off from the coil.
Mm-hmm.
The other snakes.
Is the coin in the air now 2-sided?
It disappeared after that happening.
And what are the 2 snakes doing?
And what did they say when we came in?
Rearing up, getting ready to attack you.
The snake said when we entered in, choose your fate.
Mm-hmm.
Kahanan, she will go to the ground and put her hands on the ground. She is like shuffling her hands as though she's like almost like rubbing the earth as she is beginning a paired action for Geomorph, but it's not ready yet.
Okay.
Alex readies a bolter and the revolver, but he's holding off for the moment.
Ray readies his staff. He's channeling dark energies, and he's probably going to shoot one of those shadow bolts at the physical snake. But he's kind of waiting, kind of like channeling the energy, and he's also waiting for Meek's character Kahanan, for her to like finish what she's doing, and when she does it, that's when he'll attack.
Tick.
And Chronotis is just clutching his jug with like, yeah, I'm ready too vibes. But does call out to the snakes, do you actually believe in such an archaic concept as fate? Just to see if the answer, or if that was an intro cutscene and they're just like monsters from this point forward.
They look at you and they seem to hear what you're saying, but they're focused on the battle ahead.
There.
The idea is that as the snake gets closer and closer, she is like activating her geomorph in a way where she wants the ground to loosen up and turn into sand. So now the surface is less solid for the snake to slither on.
Mm-hmm.
And when it gets close to them, she will then tighten up her grip to make the sand particles compact once more, trapping the snake's movement. That's the intent.
Cool. That's cool. I like it. Man, that's cool.
Okay.
Alex's plan is a bit simpler in a way. It's going to end in shooting, but standoff when they're about to strike with mouths open. So freeze that moment, you shoot out, and visually, I think it would just look like he's kind of a blur. So you can see essentially four arms of him come out with different weapons and trick shot all of them all at once. Just burn through a ton of ammo that way.
Okay. So one thing you find as the serpents start moving, the physical one, like the fleshy one, seems to be incredibly strong. The stone one, once it gets up, is moving incredibly fast. And the glass one seems to be there, but not there at the same time. So it almost seems to phase shift in unpredictable ways.
I don't like that.
Chronotis, understanding time, may get a sense that all three serpents are three forms of the same serpent, but in different times.
Can I tell which is the earliest?
Yes, it's the stone. It's the stone one.
These are three that are one. Temporal duplication. The stone is the oldest. If we take it down, the other two should have never existed.
Wraith immediately catches on.
And that's the snake that then she'll focus her ground sand maneuver on.
Okay. The other snakes maneuver to stop you from focusing on that one snake. Like they react to what you're doing.
Can you guys take care of the stone? I can try to distract the other two.
Yeah, that's what Wraith is gonna do. Yeah.
Take care of the stone, right? Not join me in distracting.
Wraith thinks about it and goes, well, distracting the snake probably sounds like more fun. Haven't really partied with you yet, Alex. He gives you this sort of praised evil grin.
Okay. What's go on?
Okay. No, I just wanted to confirm. So you're coming with me?
Yeah, that's what Wraith is doing.
Okay.
Yep.
What's Chronotis
And
doing
I'm
with
with
his
Kahanan.
alchemy jug?
What's that?
Are you going to do anything with your alchemy jug? Like maybe some more mayo?
I'm filling it with hydrofluoric acid.
Okay.
Um,
Fun
Wraith-
fact, this is for realsies. Hydrofluoric acid is the only acid that can actually melt glass. So I'm kind of ready for whichever snake comes closest to me.
That's sick.
That's terrifying. And Wraith would probably go, if you need any other chemicals, I have half of a used chemistry set.
You went that direction. We're busy. Come on.
All right. He's just kind of shouting it out there.
Okay. So Kahanan has restrained or locked the movement of the stone serpent through your geomorph. Alex,
I'm like holding it as long as I can. So if whatever you're gonna do, the more I hold on to this, the more essence I burn. So hurry up.
Yeah.
Alex, you're taking on the like fleshy version. You're managing to identify vulnerable spots and hitting it like in the right places to really distract it. And then the glass one, when it phases close to Professor Chronotis, get some hydrochloric acid sprayed all over it.
Specifically fluoric, but that's
Fluoric.
glass
Fluoric.
melting
Hydrofluoric.
acid. Don't worry about what kind it is. Glass melting acid.
Glass melting acid.
Nice.
I had to look up that was a thing, and I found it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wraith, what are you doing?
What Wraith is doing, he is basically helping out. He's basically helping out Alex with the fleshy one, and basically he shot a bolt of dark energy directly at its head. To stun it so it can't really move and hurt him.
Okay. So you're successfully managing to distract the two so that they're away from the stone one. How are you going to take that one out?
Well, just backtracking a moment. If the other two are successfully held at bay by Wraith and Alex, then I would like Professor Chronotis to instead use his acid on the stone one. And hopefully take it down that way.
Okay. So
Alex, so Wraith is assisting with the fleshy one,
Yeah.
and the phasing one is just which one? What's the phasing one doing? Sorry, I forgot.
well, it's trying to protect the stone one.
Okay.
So I guess if nobody else is doing anything about the glass one, then my acid goes into it while they're keeping the fleshy one distracted.
Yeah.
So with the fleshy one being kind of dealt with, Alex will focus on change his focus to the glass, and now he has a little bit of time to look at the stone. So he's going to activate some of his abilities as usual. He's going to use Shootout, and he's going to pull specific ammunition from his bandoliers. So he's loading armor-piercing explosives into the bolter, and other armor-piercing in his revolver and shotgun and rifle, I think, or his mega pistol thing. That's just a cut-down rifle. And then he's going to use standoff just to lock the phasing snake in place. Shoot the shotgun and the revolver at the class, and the bolter and the rifle pistol at the stone. Sorry, there's a lot of different things happening at once.
So you manage to break the head of the stone snake, and as Professor Chronotis predicted, as that one breaks down, the others cease to exist. And you successfully destroy the boss of this particular floor.
Excellent.
Kahanan stops tensing up, letting go of her geomorph. Now she's just like breathing heavily.
Behind
Alex is reloading.
Go on.
No, that's it. That's all I got.
Behind where the snake appeared, you can see an orb pulsing with a strange dark purple aura, and you get a real sense of it's quite disconcerting when you see it.
Alex
Chronotis.
approaches
Mhm.
just to inspect it a little bit more closely.
Okay. And Chronotis?
He's doing the same, but trying to activate his archivist sight to get some sense of what this orb is.
Wraith goes toward it and no, it can't be. Really? I mean, I already got the staff. He chuckles. If it truly is the thing, either this is fate or it's very ironic. I don't know if this would be a fun fact or if this is just something that Wraith would know what it is because of his past lives. Whichever one. Well, I used fun fact pretty recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever you want to decide, Wraith does know what it is. You as the conduit have to figure out how he knows it, because Wraith does know what it is. Probably through intelligence, like I don't know what we call intelligence insights in V2, but probably through
Inference.
that inference. Yeah, an inference, because Wraith definitely knows what this thing is.
Okay. Kahanan? What are you
She's
doing?
hanging back. She doesn't get a good feeling out of this. She just has her 7 remaining circling stones kind of floating around her, circling around her at the ready should she need to like use them as projectiles if something comes out of it. And as she's focusing on this orb, she will use her her serpent's insight to see if what is in this orb is some sort of trap or space.
Yeah. So for your insight, it is another space. Like the orb pulls into a separate space where there's a mob of creatures. Wraith will recognize the orb as being a magical tool used by some people who from his past life were actually trying to make the dungeon breaks happen and speed up the process of the towers absorbing the civilization that they're where it's currently residing.
Yeah.
I will say it. Go on.
Wraith will communicate this to everybody so they know it's like, yeah, just so you know. You know.
Yeah. Because the three of you moved close enough to it to see it, you actually activated the orb and you were pulled into it. Kahanan, because she held back, was not pulled into the orb.
Oh boy.
Oops.
Good.
What does it look like when I see the 3 of them move closer to the orb? Does it look like they were being like physically sucked in?
Yeah.
Okay. I have baseline reflex, but nonetheless, she's going to see them and she's going to take her circling stones, shoot them towards her companions. So then there's at least 2 per companion, and she will kind of like use them to kind of try to hook onto something, maybe their clothing, and try to pull them back. But she does only have baseline reflex, so.
Yeah, so you do that to try and pull him back, but it has the reversed effect, and you, as a result, also end up getting pulled through.
Yay! Friendship! No one left
Good. I was
behind,
about to
right,
poke
guys?
Nope. I was gonna poke it with a stick.
So what's the inside of an orb look like?
So you find yourselves in a smallish room, very dark, but there's a mob of corrupted Ents heading towards you. But behind them, you can see a goblin with a magical staff and a cage in which what you can only assume are the villagers are locked up.
Are they like coming from around us from like all different directions?
Yeah,
How fast are they coming?
fairly fast.
Tree speed.
Um.
Oh,
Faster
Okay.
than trees.
Okay. Can Wraith use? It's dark, so there are shadows all around us. Can I use the shadows to, like, make like some change to lock them in place? It doesn't have to be very long. They just have to be locked in place.
You
And
can
can we
lock the
run
ones
to?
closest to you in place. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
how far is the goblin with the? Does it look like the goblin with the staff? I think. Does it look like he or it is controlling the ants?
Potentially.
Then easy enough. Alex pulls the bolter, then dumps the magazine at the goblin, kind of reminiscent of the goblin that he encountered in the calibration room, which took quite a long time because he was function testing the gun, and when he finally hit the poor little goblin, it penetrated and burst.
Okay. So you go to shoot towards the goblin, but there are a mass of ents in front of you, so it's a difficult shot. You manage to get through, but a magical sort of like shield of some sort kind of appears to block the bullet.
Does it count as a miss?
Yeah.
He's all right, patron. Time to earn your keep. And he uses his patron given power to change. I forget what it was called.
Change the sort of
Forged
mist into
instinct.
it.
Once a mission, Alex may treat a missed shot as a hit.
Okay. So
I maybe imagine that it makes the bolt hits the shield, and it makes a natural hammering noise, or a silent hammering noise, maybe just a concussive feel, and
okay.
pops through.
Yeah. So it does go through, and it goes through the chest of the goblin. The ents are still there, but you get a sense that if you hadn't have killed the goblin, they would have kept regenerating.
Mm.
So it was a good thing to do. What's Professor Chronotis doing?
My alchemy jug still ready for duty, or is it a one-shot deal?
I'll say you can use it one more time.
Cool. I'm having it produce white phosphorus. I'm sending a tree on fire.
Oh gosh!
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
As I said when I got this thing,
God.
Chronotis can do chemistry. You know?
He uses chemistry to commit war crimes. Oh my gosh!
A forest is trying to kill me. It seemed warranted.
So you managed to set alight the closest ents, particular ones being restrained by Wraith. And that fire does seem like it will spread. What's Kahanan doing?
She was tightening up her muscles, activating her stone skin, which in combination with the glass armor that she is wearing, I'd imagine it would be glass, but it would be like a very hard, very pure version of glass that's very hard to crack. And when she sees that as she turns into glass, seeing that her companions are like shooting at this thing, and then there's this white phosphorus, and then like there's these ants and this fire coming towards them, she will then want to either geomorph or energy work this stone skin such that she is tightening up her muscles, and then she spreads out her arms with the intention of taking the armor around her and then removing it from her body to instead make a shield around her companions. So they're safe from the fire, is the plan.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And you can't see, can you, whilst you're in stone skin?
While I'm in stone skin, correct.
Yeah. Okay. So Kahanan does that, and it's just as well because these ents are kind of going up like to extreme heats. So much so I might be a bit worried for the villagers in the cage, like on the other side of the room.
So are the villagers suspended off the ground in the cage?
They're in a cage at the back of the room. They're not suspended off the ground.
Oh, okay.
Is anyone gonna help?
Right. Well, because
Sounds like it's time for Chronotis to power walk over there.
Yeah.
Yes, power walking for the win.
And in the flames, you can see him power walking through.
If I can't outrun a tree, something's gone wrong. Okay. Anyway.
Alex takes a second to go. Oh well, I see. There's a fellow chemist here too. He snaps open his shotgun and pulls out 2 more rounds from his bandolier and seats them in. Snaps it shut and starts firing into the ants. These are I think they're called dragon's breath.
Oh,
But
yeah,
essentially,
cool.
it's magnesium, burning magnesium that comes out.
Okay.
So more fire.
So you're adding to the fire.
Yes.
I thought we were trying to go in a less fire direction for the villagers, but okay.
But so I'm thinking the ants are moving towards us, so it's clearing a void, right? So at least they'll be clustered in our direction.
So Kahanan,
It's not the fire is spreading towards them. The trees are on fire and they're moving towards us.
yeah.
Into the
I'm just here to make
glass
sure that
shield.
none of us die. Like.
Also
So when
good.
you put your barrier up, did you put it
Yes.
in front of everyone? So
The
they were blocked off.
So assuming that the ents were coming like right in front of us, right? The idea was to like make like a shield almost, like or a barrier right in front, rather than make it like a circle around us.
Okay. So they could still shoot over it, or
Theoretically, yes, unless like I really focus on really pushing either my stone skin or combine it with a geomorph, seeing that it is now part of the environment to kind of increase the mass of this glass barrier, but it probably won't be as tough as the one that came from my stone skin.
okay. So just before it closed in place, Chronotis started power walking towards the imprisoned villagers. I would say Alex got off a few shots, just adding to the incendiary sort of mess. But then the stone skin blockade closed in front of you, so it would be difficult.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Anyway.
Yes. Well, because she can't see, so she didn't see you power walking out of the.
Yeah, no. Why would she? No. I'm just hoping that with all the ents being on fire, they'll be a little too busy to notice me either.
Yeah.
No.
In my head, I'm like, I got everybody, but in reality,
Yeah.
it's like just old man's like la di da di da. Like, walking around.
Everyone's just leaving the shield, and you're just there by yourself going, I'm doing a great job.
Yeah.
I'm keeping everyone safe and warm and
Nothing bad will happen.
if you allow, Alex is gonna use the shotgun, not to make fire. A combination of the shotgun and maybe the bolter, and start rocket jumping over the barrier and over the ends.
Okay. I will allow it.
I have 1 resilience, so hopefully I don't get hurt too badly doing this. But I use the shotgun to my normal supernatural jumping ability, which is any. Well, let's see. Maybe I have 1. No. He jumps normally, shotgun shooting to the floor to boost himself up, and then with the bolter, the explosion would send him over the ends to the cage.
Is this explosion potentially going to harm your companions?
I'm in stone skin. I'm fine.
I think that's gonna. The intent is to hit, like, burrow a little bit into the ground, have the explosion being limited only really to me.
Okay.
So just like a little, like a V-shaped explosion underneath.
Okay.
So it's just a bit boost into.
Let's say you
into the
manage
air.
to do that, and the others are fine.
Okay.
So what next?
In the air, I guess I'll just keep load the coach gun again, load the coach gun, and keep pushing myself over the ant wave. I don't know how deep this wave is. Maybe, I guess he could change his mind if he goes like, oh, there's still like 50 meters worth of ants like in front of me. There's no way I'm gonna sail my way, shoot whatever it is, and get over there in 1 go. I don't think.
Yeah, I'd say you determine that, but from your vantage point, you could clear a way for Professor Chronotis to successfully get to the villagers.
Okay.
So you're basically covering him and clearing a path for him.
Yeah, so I'll be from above as I'm firing kind of down and pushing my way in the air. I'm clearing a way for him.
Yeah.
Cool.
And let's say you get a high vantage point by standing on the barrier that's supposed to be protecting you. What?
Okay. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. I get it.
I jump onto the back of a burning ant and I shoot his friends.
Yeah. Wraith, what are you doing?
Wraith is going to. How many ants are my shadow chains tied to?
Maybe 5.
Okay, 5. I want to wrangle those trees together, like kind of coil them up, and then sort of like move like in the fire to get more burn. And then I'm just gonna leave.
Okay. So you're gonna put the trees that have been set on fire by Chronotis, but put them together so that they're like.
Yeah, they're all in like
bonfire.
one mass. They're all in one mass thing, and I want to make sure like they're all like one mass thing. I'm just gonna let them sit there just so they can burn away from us, and then Wraith is gonna get away from the barrier, and he's gonna go over to the cage, and he's gonna assist in like getting the lock open if it's locked, you know.
So you're also gonna not allow Kahanan to put this barrier in front of you. Is that what you're saying?
My goodness, I do all of this for you.
Not that. Well, Wraith Wraith sees the barrier, but he's like, yeah, cool, but I have other ideas. He like steps out, like it's kind of forming, but Wraith like steps over it and does his like own thing. So yeah.
Okay. I will say, because of his vigor and because Alex is clearing the way for him, Chronotis gets there before you.
That's fine. I expect that.
So let's go to the professor. You've got to the other side. You can see the body of this goblin. And there's quite a crude, sort of made of loads of, I don't know, bamboo sort of lashed together.
Yeah.
And you can see the villagers alive within the cage. And they're looking at you, and they're looking sort of quite scared of what's going on.
How is the cage secured?
With rope.
Cool. I don't suppose the dead goblin's got a knife on him, does he? I got 3 luck.
Yes, he does.
Cool. I take that and I cut the ropes. We're from your village. We're here to help.
Oh, thank you. We were stalked by that goblin there, and he basically chased us towards this orb, and then we had no option but to go into this cage. It was either that or he was going to kill us straight away. I don't know
Under
why
the
we're still
circumstances,
alive.
you made the right choice.
Hmm.
Oh, probably needed you for some ritual or other. He seems a nutter.
Yes, I think you're right. And then as you're talking, we'll say Wraith manages to catch up to you.
Yeah, Wraith catches up. He's like a little winded and goes, "Man, Professor, for being as old as you are, boy, you got quite the leg up on me. Wow, you're really good.
Endurance
You're
was
really good at
always my
walking."
strong point.
I didn't catch what Chronotis said. Can you say?
I said endurance was always my strong point. That's why I'm still here.
Yes, I probably should invest in that. Anyway, what have you found out about thy villager? If anything.
He chased them in here, threw him in the cage. We could ask why, but he's dead. So I think that's about it. And he looks over to the
Wraith,
villagers if there's anything else they wanted to add.
Wraith goes, I am, well, at least this staff and the owner's vigil, who I currently inhabit, is a necromancer. If you would like,
No,
I
I don't think
can.
that's just that badly.
All right. It's quite simple. I could just conjure his spirit. All we
No,
need. Why did you do this? And then I'd send him home. It's really easy.
that's the
Having a
problem.
discussion in the back, and Kahanan is like holding the shield, trying to keep us all alive. I'm killing all the ants all alone, and they're just having a discussion. Well, we could revive him.
Yeah, you're having a debate, and it's just like
Constant gunfire in the
Trees
background,
bursting into flame all about us. Yeah, it's
and the villagers are just cowering, going, "What is happening?"
What is going on?
your fire wizard is mighty. Yes, he is.
Question: could the burning ashes of the burning ents be considered part of the terrain?
yes. Let's say
Our
loosely
ents
they can be.
terrain.
Yeah.
Loosely, it can be. Okay.
Yeah.
How's my essence doing?
I mean, you've burned through quite a lot of it, protecting your comrade.
Protecting, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to feel
Alex is
bad.
using it now.
I just have no idea this
Sorry
is
about
going.
that.
I mean, you've given Alex
Because-
a good perch.
True.
I suppose.
I have a feeling that yes, you are blind, but can't you? Since all this is stone, can't you feel this with the
Oh,
Well, that's the
stone
thing.
sense?
You can tremor
I
sense.
have,
Or you're
I have
actually
to
blind?
I have to actively use tremor sense, right? Which is what I was going
Yeah.
to ask if I
Okay.
can take a, because even though I'm in Stoneston, I can still move slowly, but I can move, and eventually I bring my foot up, and eventually I'm able to slam it down
Yeah.
to get an idea. Because my Kahanan's thinking is like, okay, how many more of these are left, and where are my companions? First thing she notices that they're not behind the barrier, and the second is that, I guess, how are the Ents? Like, are there a lot of them left, or are they dwindling quite a bit?
They're dwindling quite a bit because between the fire and the firepower of Alex just like shooting into them, they're very quickly getting made short work of. So,
Sounds good. Um,
I mean, you'd still
I
be
guess
able to
in
hear,
real,
wouldn't you? Would you hear
Hmm?
in
Mhm.
Stone Skin? You could still hear.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe
It's only
so.
sight
Yeah,
that's affected.
correct.
Yeah. So you'd hear like the.
Yeah, you
Follow
can
me,
tell Alex
guys.
is busy.
I
Yeah.
guess that's true. I guess
Yeah.
that's true. In that case, she will then, realizing that, the barrier is not really doing much, she will pull her hands back, and use her geomorph to instead use the glass that she has created, and because essentially glass at one point was sand, and tapping into its mineral origin, she wants to essentially, and maybe this is an extension of glass blowing too, manipulate the glass such that she can rear it back and then turn them into like spikes that she can into the ends instead.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Cool.
So Alex is still was still perched on it. He's got a good firing position, and then it just disappears under him. He just poof, and then above him just
You
You
fall.
feel it like descending into the earth. It's like, oh wait, this is over already?
So you fall flat, and as you're looking up, you can see all these glass shards form across the ground, with all these ents basically being pierced by them. And
Alex
with
like
them,
sees it and just throws his balaclava hood over his eyes, like, oh god.
yeah, and with them being held in place by these spears, they just burn and turn to ash.
Mhm.
And with them all being completely obliterated, you can rejoin your party.
Excellent.
Alex lifts the hood and just goes, "Are we done yet?"
I think Kahanan would be so exhausted at this point where she'd let her muscles relax, and then the stone skin would eventually just fall off her body.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, with you destroying everything, basically, I will say that you find yourselves and the villagers
Mhm.
outside of this sphere. The sphere that you were poured into is cracked,
Mm.
and you're in the chamber where you fought the serpents. One thing you can note is that there are murals within this room,
Mhm.
um, which are actually showing you a bit more clearly what happens within the towers,
Mhm.
should you go up and actually investigate them.
Mm.
Ooh. I
And
guess
this is
amongst
Wraith
us who
will
would
do
be
that.
able to discern and make out what this actually means.
oh yeah, the nerds are on it.
Okay, good.
So
Yeah. No power.
Like I'm assuming you're like, hey, someone should check out. We've already been staring at it for 3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. And we're probably like talking shop, like what it means.
Yeah, Alex would not be quite as interested in the murals. Maybe servicing his worn weaponry.
Yeah. So through both of you looking at it, you can see that it is a mural of devoured worlds. It shows countless worlds, each one being folded into the tower. The people becoming echoes, monsters, or memories. Their cultures preserved only as fragments.
Ah.
And you can see the tower repeating this cycle again and again, worlds consumed across millennia. And at the edge of the mural, you see manifolds, faintly glowing.
So is it just like a Instagram profile with like, oh, look at the way I ate here, and I went over here and I ate this, and I ate this over here.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it's like it's Instagram profile. Yeah.
Wraith looks at the mural and goes. He turns to the professor and goes, "That is quite ominous. It looks like the tower and the whole thing is slowly, over many eons, eating the manifold. Do you have any ideas to deal with the damn thing?" Yes, but how? It seems either I tried to increase its power or I tried to stop it. And if one of my past lives couldn't figure it out, how the hell are both of us supposed to figure it out?
So as both of you are looking at the mural and discussing, you hear a voice in your head. All who dwell in the tower were once from somewhere else. Worlds fall, the tower endures. You climb not to conquer, but to escape becoming part of the next mural.
Wraith wonders, perhaps, maybe with your knowledge of time and my just general knowledge of magic, perhaps we could maybe reverse the damage? I mean, if the cultures in here are still here, maybe not totally intact, perhaps we could do the opposite. Do you think such a thing is possible?
Oh, I've always endeavored to believe 5 impossible things before breakfast, but we will need to know more.
Yes, and we'll probably need more people like us.
At least 8, if not more.
Yes, possibly. Although that could be an illusion by the tower. This sort of thing kind of does what it wants. Just because it said 8 does not mean there will be 8.
Oh, I'm sure there will be 8. I have a pen to trade.
You have your user interface pop up in front of both of you, and it says the World Eater's Eye and a message: climb faster.
Wraith looks at the professor and goes, "This is quite tricky. This is one of those times when it's not that I don't love our two companions, Alex and our wondrous mistress of the stony arts, but kind of wish we had more intelligent people. The problem is I don't know if we will be able to fix this with just us two. We'll probably need more people.
Whereas
Like
Chronotis is like shaking his head, whereas I wouldn't mind a couple of free runners. if the goal is to get to the top fast.
Yes, very true.
Regardless, we took on a quest. I believe we have to escort these 5 back to their village. Do we not?
Yes, we do. What the problem is, there's got to be a better way to escort them back. Escort them, then go back the way we came.
As you two are talking, the said villagers are talking with Kahanan and Alex. Are you going to take us home now? You taking us home
yeah.
now?
We can.
That's why we're here. She's breathing heavily as she's saying all this.
Are you
yeah,
okay,
we were supposed to
miss?
go up further too, but oh, go ahead.
I was asking if your companion was okay. She seems quite tired.
I can go on longer. I'll be fine. Then she tries to stand up. And she will look around to see if we can find that orb or something akin
Or the
to it.
shield, and then you can surf on it, and you don't have to walk. I can go get the shield.
I think we were transported to another part. I don't know if we're transported to another part of the tower or another dimension or both.
You're
But
back
all
in the
I know
tower.
is that we're back in the tower. Okay, my apologies.
You're
I thought
you're in the boss room. Yeah.
I see. Ooh, in that case, as she stands up like I'll be okay. As they're talking about, oh, how are we gonna get down? Both hands with her earth shakers, hoist them over her head and slams down onto the ground. She's using her tremor sense in particular to see if there is to focus on the vibrations underneath to see if there is a more efficient way down to the lower level.
Yeah. So behind where the boss was, there's now a door. And you get a sense that if you go through that door, you'll be given the option to either go up or back down.
Let's go. We unlock fast travel, guys. Let's go.
Fast travel. Fast travel.
And she will point this out to Alex as she points to the door. Or points to the back where the snakes were.
Okay, so going through that door, we can choose to go up or back down?
Yeah.
Correct.
Wait, if we go up and we send the villagers down, do we still get a reward? Or do we have to go down there to claim it?
I would be surprised if the door disappears after we use it.
Would or wouldn't?
Fast travel
otherwise-
is meant to let you get back to where you were.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect it will still be there for us after.
It will.
Okay. Not opposed to climb or yeah. Yeah, then we can send the villagers on their way. Also maybe asking, hey, did anyone get any well no, I guess they got captured in the orb, so they didn't have any further knowledge of what's above.
I mean, you could have a look and then take them back.
They get stuck in another time loop? Alone?
You could go through the gate and then come back quite easily without committing yourself. You can have a look.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I was also contemplating asking the villagers if they've already looted everything, because we didn't see that much coming on our way up.
You asking the villagers what, sorry?
If they already picked up all the supposed treasures and foods and whatever on the floor, because they were supposed to make the expedition, grab some stuff, and come back. Did you get what you need, or were we just sending them back empty-handed?
We had to leave our stuff. We had to abandon our camp. So all the food we collected was left in our bags there. Assuming that it's still untouched, we can probably go back and get it.
It was totally untouched when we found it, and it's probably in the same condition because we came in way after you, right, guys? Kind of hiding the spear and the lantern.
Kahanan will
Okay.
just like tighten the fabric over her mouth.
Wraith isn't saying anything. He's just being quiet.
Okay.
Nah, I mean, for Alex, it's the lantern is neither here nor there, or the spear. So it's like, oh, like these things, or these are the artifacts that you were after. I don't know if it's worth
No.
going back for just some food. Actually, the shield might be just in the other hall.
We
You can surf on it.
We can always go back
You
and get
can.
food. It's fine.
Okay.
But we'd appreciate it if you escort us back.
Absolutely. This way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
And
let us have a little jaunt down to ye old village.
Okay. So you go through the door behind where the serpent was, and you have a staircase going up and a staircase going down.
down it is.
Yes, Wraith will follow.
Okay. So you go down and you find yourselves. Are you all going down, by the way? Or Alex,
Yes.
were you going to go up and have a look?
Sorry. He'll take a second just to like open the door, look in, and come back down. He's not going to go venturing that far.
Okay.
He might have learned his lesson with the time loop door.
So you go up and you open the door to the next floor up, and you see a vast cavern filled with habitats that shouldn't coexist with one another. So there's a desert behind a frozen lake, a jungle growing upside down, a void pocket, and a glass reef floating in midair.
Alex goes, "Boom, that is too much for me right now." Closes the door, but he will endeavor to tell his party what he found up there at a quick glance. I mean, a reasonable glance. Like he did take in like, oh, the jungle is upside down, and a reef and the desert. So he'll make sure to convey all that to his party.
Okay. So you go walking down.
Yeah,
You
come
get
right back down.
back to the village, and the villagers with you kind of go running up to the other villagers, crying and kind of like, getting consoled by obvious family members. And the elder of the village comes up to you and he goes, "Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you've saved them." And with that, your badges start to ping.
Wraith decides, well, as much as I would love to go up to the other level, I think this is enough dungeoneering for the day. I will head back to that little save point area. Leave the shadow staff and the mask and save, and then leave. Wraith is tired. He needs to go take a nap.
I was like, oh yeah, I gotta save before I lose all my progress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chronotis is like, so did we level up or what?
Yeah, so you
No, we went a
after,
level below. That's why we went downstairs.
so after each battle, you would have got level up, level up, level up messages. So you have actually amassed quite a number of hollow points that you could either use to get items, or you can unlock skills points on your skills tree. So I'll share that with you, and you can decide what you want to do.
Okay.
That's good.
What's
All right.
what's everyone else doing? So Wraith has gone to the save point and then pinged out.
Wraith is just still sitting there. He's probably looking at the level up screen and trying to figure out, what do I want? So many choices. He's probably got like choice paralysis, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's like going through it, and he's like, So yeah, that's what he's doing.
Okay.
Chronotis is just, he's saving his progress and putting his alchemy jug back in his inventory. Well, I don't know that we came any closer to understanding this place, but good going on a mission with all of you.
Wraith notices the professor and goes, "Yes, you too. This is quite fun. It's so nice to have somebody intellectually stimulating."
And Chronotis pings out. He's like, I'll spend my points if I ever come back to this crazy place, which is the question mark. Because after this first outing, not sure he wants to come back. We'll see.
Alex makes a tactical decision to save first and then pick out skills in case he needs to redo it.
Okay.
And Kahanan, I feel like she is about to put her hand on her badge, and then a little message pops up that's like, "Are you sure you want to leave without saving first?" She's like, "Oh, it's that thing that everyone else was doing. Okay." And just more or less mimics their motion, so saving and whatnot. And when the village leader is like, "Oh, you rescued them, thank you so much," she will respond earnestly with saying, "I'm glad we found them alive. It would have been harder to drag their bodies if they were dead."
Hey, that's my line.
And then she'll ping out.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Alex would also like to go to the village chief and go, so mission rewards? Mayhaps?
Yes. What would you like?
Do you have anything valuable but expendable? I don't want to put your village in dire straits trying to reward me, or us, me.
Well, you could go and see what's available either at the blacksmiths, or you could go to the herbalist and
Let's see what the
brewmaker.
blacksmith's got.
There's the tinkerer. Okay. So
Are they very quiet?
the tinkerer,
No, the blacksmith.
it's not very quiet. No, it's a Borkin, and he's quite boorish.
All right, I'll go visit him.
Yeah. So he's got a variety of different weapons available. No kind of guns or anything like that. More like swords, knives, shields, that kind of thing.
Alex looks around and seeing that it is kind of climbing, going up things oriented, he requests a grappling hook.
Okay. He will give you a grappling hook and some rope, so you don't have to
Perfect,
tear
perfect.
up a cloak
Some
to make
clothes.
one.
Hmm. He makes his way back down to the save room, saves again,
Mhm.
and then remains for a little bit longer, exploring his choices.
Okay. So everyone now pinged out or will ping out once they've worked out skills and stuff.
Yeah, Wraith decides, all right, I'm going to leave us alone for now. He is going to go to the village elder and go, hello, village elder. Thank you we have rescued your people. Is there maybe a reward that you could give us, or
Yes, we
the
gave
like?
it to your companion. Did he not share it with you?
Well, that was his reward, but my tastes are a
Oh
little...
no, he took rewards for the group.
The group. And what perhaps did he get? Anything useful?
You'll have to ask him.
Wraith goes back to Alex and goes, Alex,
He's pinged
apparently you
out.
got...
No. I'm still sitting there going through my choices,
Oh
Yeah,
no.
trying things out,
yeah.
and then going, nope, reset. I don't like that choice. So he's just sitting there.
Wraith,
He's
as
just
Wraith,
consulting game FAQs to see, okay, what's the optimal skill set that I should get?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how do I opt best heavy gunner build for fantasy tower game?
yeah, but Wraith goes to him and goes, apparently you have picked an item for the group. What was it?
Yes. It is very appropriate. It is
What is
this
it?
grappling hook.
A grappling hook. You are a very smart man. That's very useful.
You know, not everyone, not every intelligent person is very deep in books.
Very true. Wraith decides to go to the great little thing, his own thing, and he picks through it. And he asks, game, or whatever you're called, is there a spell where I can raise the dead? Or if not raise the dead, create shadow creatures and command them to my will?
Yeah, I think let's take that outside of gameplay, and we can discuss what happens next.
Okay. Yeah. Wraith has decided, well, since this is going to take a while, I think I'll meet you back at HQ. Think about my choices later. Good luck, Alex, on your quest to find the ultimate build. I will see you later. He pings out.
You got it. We'll do plenty of research.
He's pinged out.
And I'm out too. After
Okay,
some question time.
cool.
Yay.
So it was a mission success.
Yay!
Managed.
That was interesting.
How did you find it? Was it okay? You have fun?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was very charming. I like that I can see where you have like slotted our individual skills and boons into. That was quite fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Yeah, I like the dynamics of using video game tropes, I guess you could call them, in a game that does not really, that you don't really like. Regular Enclave, you don't really find that, you know. But this, you have that, and it's it's just interesting, to play around with different systems. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
neat.
it's certainly unique to be playing lit RPG.
Yeah.
It's like playing an RPG within an RPG. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like if your character knows the meta, it's exactly that. And if they don't, then they're just like utterly confused, and it's great.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Any questions about anything? Didn't make sense.
I think all the questions are like, oh, you probably can't answer that because you'll need it for mission 3. So I'm not even going to
Yeah.
start.
I might be able to. You never know.
Oh, well, in that
Sure.
case, my question is the idea that the tower's reach extend even beyond the manifold?
Yes, it does.
Ah, interesting. Okay. This is probably too much for Wraith, but will Wraith eventually find the body of the person he's inhabiting in the tower somewhere?
Yeah, when I finish the PCC. If I ever get back to it.
I
Is
don't
the
know. Maybe.
Okay, good to
what was
know.
it?
It depends.
How are the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It depends if your other self
Right?
survived and was basically a descendant or a survivor, like the Beastkin village. They are descendants of former dungeon delvers.
Okay,
So
that's good.
he probably wouldn't exist. He'd probably be long dead. But
Right.
you might find a descendant of him.
Oh, that's cool. That's very interesting. Wraith will be
Their kids
very
are in the tower?
Yeah, in the tower.
Hopefully they're not bats or snakes.
Oh, yeah, if there's reincarnation, that could be a problem. Yeah.
Are the Watchers were they also devoured and absorbed by the tower as well?
No, they weren't. The tower is not as sinister. Oh, no, I'm not going to say anything.
Yay! We almost got more out of him. I mean, my theory is that it's more or less it's not really malicious per se. It's more like an organism, a thing, an animal that just does what nature tells it to do, which is consume, absorb, grow, tower.
It's not
Is
the
my theory.
tower that's absorbing.
Okay, interesting.
Hmm.
That's helpful. So
Intriguing indeed, and I can't wait to see what visuals you come up for all the murals and whatnot. That's gonna be so
yeah,
sick.
yeah, I really like the visual aids because it's like it makes stories more dynamic.
So, do we have to name this chapter?
Ooh.
Yeah, let's come up with a name.
Let's see.
I
What
got a
came to my
name.
mind is Stony Ascent, but I feel like we can do better.
In the Tower of Darkness because it was dark a lot.
It wasn't that dark all the time, I don't think.
Yeah. True.
The garden was probably fairly lit.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Does Kahanan still have the dress? The glass dress armor thing?
Probably
Yeah.
At the
not.
end of it all?
Oh no, it's still on her.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's pretty
She's a
sick if
walking,
it's still on me.
a walking disco ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only covers part of it, but throwing stones and glass houses.
Throwing stones in glass towers? No.
Shall we take it outside of the mission? Put in the thread for this mission your suggestions, and we can vote on it outside.
Very
Yeah,
well.
it's a good idea.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
In that case, shall we do final goodbyes, and I will end the recording. So
Yeah.
let's start with Rich.
Hello, goodbye. All time terms are difficult when you've lived as long as Chronotis, but I hope you've enjoyed our time in the tower. Be well, my friends.
And Alex. Sorry, Phil. Stroke Alex.
Same. And thank you for joining us on this quest. Looking forward to seeing what we have going on in the next floor of this story.
Okay. And Meekable.
Yes. So first of all, Etch, thank you so much for putting this mission together. This was a lot of fun. Got to explore more of this character. And for everybody else, not only thank you for being wonderful players, but thank you for surviving with me. And I hope you all have a good day.
Cool. And Harry.
Hello, my name is Ari. I've been playing Wraith, and that was a lot of fun. Hope to do it next time. Thanks, guys.
And what were the name of the cats? Because they did feature.
Well, the the main cat that was around with stripes, and he's a gray striped cat, and the other cat that's around is orange, and he's an orange cat. So yeah, they were in the background. So
Cool. And yeah, just final message to say thank you all for joining. I hope some of it made sense and you enjoyed the journey. And I will end the mission now.